routine of your hair? Did you condition?
We've come in during a very, very interesting conversation here about hair care, but no, continue.
No, I just used like the 2-in-1.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
that's don't even.
Quick and easy.
It's efficient.
Did you wash once or twice, or did you?
Oh no, I just
How long
washed
did
my
you
hair
leave it in
once.
for?
Oh, I don't pay attention. I just put it in there. You know, it stays in there for a couple of seconds. Make sure it's soaked, and then oh. Maybe that's a bit of an underestimation.
Enough time.
I think you're cleaning your hair.
All right,
properly.
let's get back to business. Hey guys, welcome to NBTVee. My name's Tara. We've got Aiden, we've got Stephen, and tonight we're joined by Taylah from Playside.
Hello, and thanks for having me.
You're right. And tonight we're playing Super Mario Odyssey, which, if I'm correct, this is your favourite game. One of your favourite games.
Yes. Let's go. Yeah, it's fantastic. I played it. I got it ages ago when I first got the Switch, but I didn't actually play it for ages because the Switch came out. I got so many games and I played a few of them, and then I played this maybe like last month, and I played through the whole campaign. I say the whole game, most of the campaign until like just in 2 days or something. So I just rushed through it. I played it all.
How many hours would that be?
Oh, I played it pretty much non-stop over the whole weekend. So how many hours that is, like 72 or something. I just played it non-stop and I really liked it. And it's like, I've got a little storyline. Bowser wants to get married, which I think is cute.
Aww.
Awesome.
He did
Everyone deserves to be married.
Bowser definitely doesn't. Bowser's a bad guy.
He's just shooting
He
fireballs
doesn't
at
deserve
me.
happiness.
Oh.
I think Bowser needs to be happy. That's what we want to see.
So just before we start, we've reached a milestone. So
Yes.
we have become a Twitch affiliate. Thank you to everybody who has been following us, and all of the new viewers as well. Hit that button and make sure you follow us. And yeah, so that's a big milestone for us. Cool.
Let's
Right.
keep onwards.
Everybody's super excited. I thought there'd be like a mini Mexican wave or something.
Mar-
but,
We
Mar-
gave a little clap.
It was a little clap. It's great.
Give a big clap.
pat yourself on the back.
Couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much. All right,
This is,
where are we at?
Is
Jealous.
Peach
Mario's
a
already
willing
been taken out.
Because he seems to have kidnapped her.
Yeah, Mario got taken out as you were
damn.
like celebrating. That's why I was sad.
It was really sad.
So there was a
Yeah.
mixed conflict going on, right? I see.
Happy about the affiliate, but sad that.
But sad that
About
Mario got
Mario.
taken out of the ship, I guess.
And that Peach has been captured
Yeah.
again.
But at
Yeah.
least it's a wedding this time. Now it's like, I'm capturing you, but also we get to get married, which I don't think it's exciting.
Wait,
if she
against her
doesn't
will,
want to-
though.
If she doesn't want to do it, it's not great, but
No.
it's cute. He goes to a lot of effort.
Feels like they've been doing this for a good 20 years now,
Yeah,
though, right?
it's
So-
pretty much the same thing over and over.
And it never gets old, does it?
You know, it got a little bit older. This time. May have been the reason why I stopped.
Oh, that was the reason.
Oh, it was so. They need a plot for a storyline, right? And this plot is always, Peach is getting captured, and then the whole driving force of this game was, go to the next world because Bowser's there, and I was like, sweet, and I would go there, and then they're like, oh, Bowser's not here, and then you're like, go to the next world.
So they're trolling you.
I know, I just
do, you
got
think,
lied to all the time.
do you think that that's trying to hark back to the original Mario, like where it
yeah.
was like you got to the first castle and it was Toad there, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, you just got all the way here, but she's in a castle.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is kind of weird, but.
So that got really I just felt lied to, and I felt like I constantly kept going and trying really hard to get to this world. And like, Bowser's gone. What are you gonna do? So I was like, no, I'm just done with this game.
Out of spite, you
I was
stopped.
like, no, I've had enough.
Tonight's your revenge.
Yes.
Okay, so Mario's lost his hat. How?
Looks like it's some creepy afterlife. That's what I'm gathering from
This is
this.
the destruction of Bowser. So he came in and he was just like, I'm gonna destroy this town, and then left with Peach.
So that's how he's
Oh,
celebrating
so that's
his
what's
wedding.
happened. Nice.
Just
Yeah.
a town destruction.
Nice little casual town
Why
destruction.
are all of the buildings seem to have hats as well? I'm not sure what's going on there.
So it's the hat world, which is
Right.
like
Ah.
different. As you
Oh.
see, yeah, she's got eyes, and that guy's got eyes.
She's got a hat. I checked on.
Everyone's got a hat, and all the hats talk. So like now Mario's hat is like an actual,
Being
it's like a being that you can play with during the game, which is
nice.
Yeah, I played it at like the Penny Arcade convention that they had. They were showcasing it there, and yeah, like I just found it like I think we were running around a world where everybody else is like the right size, and you're still really short and weird. Like,
Yeah.
and I just know I went and talked to the mayor, and I was throwing my hat, and I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept falling off of things. So kind of gave up.
Yeah.
But obviously I should have spared with it a little bit.
Yeah, because I played it in the demo as well, and they have, you do the demo in the town where there's all normal-sized people. And it was really weird because I played this and I got like, 20 hours in, and I was like, where are the normal people? Where is this building that I have seen? And they're like, it's a world so far down the track. And it felt really weird because it's like the most weird world that you see, and it's like in the demo and everything, which I thought was really odd.
Look at him using his hat.
Yeah, so you can do loads.
Alright, yeah, that's pretty cool.
So basically, like with the history of Mario, like I don't know how much everybody knows, but like they always have a bit of a, like a different perk each time. So this one's obviously his hat. Like there was the one where you could get. I'm going to get this wrong, and
Someone will correct
and chat can correct me. But there was the one where you collected flowers and you had meatballs, and then there was the one where you could turn into a raccoon. And all that jazz as well. So there's always like a little quirk, and it's kind of how Nintendo continues to tell the same stories all the time, over and over. But it is, I think the beauty of what Nintendo does though is that they're childish-looking games and kids could play them, but adults also love them as well. Like they're very easy to kind of get into. And
they're generational.
Yeah.
Let's do what I'm supposed to do now.
Yeah.
One thing you need to do is do this and like just like do this multiple times, and your hat will start spinning around you. Just keep doing it. I promise it'll happen. Wait.
Oh.
Maybe I can't do it yet.
I think you're hitting him, so that's why it's
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, try there.
There's lots of things to hit though, because it'll hit those lights, won't it? Maybe.
So are you? Look, you've got your compass, and it's pointing you in a direction. You see where the red arrow's pointing?
That was it.
You just saw it. You just saw the cool thing.
Oh, I totally missed it. I was looking at the compass.
You got to really commit to it.
Yeah, it's very
vicious.
it takes a while for it to happen.
Who needs the gym?
It's like Mario.
No, get off. I want the coins. Yeah.
I think one of the reasons I played this game for so long is every single little light that you can like switch on. I was doing all of that in every single level because I hate going to. It's like the star system in a lot of games. I hate moving on unless I've done all of the stars. So I was like, this light hasn't been turned on. I was hoping I'd get something like exciting from it.
Yeah.
And would you?
No. It was like I got to the end of the world and I did everything, and they were just like, yeah, cool, thanks, I guess. And I was like,
games like that made me a little bit dysfunctional. Like when I was playing Spider-Man, like when we were looking at your save on it, like you hadn't collected anything, and I like before I cleared the next mission, I had to collect absolutely everything, and it just becomes a bit of a chore by the end of it. I was just like, oh god. Yeah,
Spider-Man takes that to the extreme. It's like, here's 500 backpacks that you have to collect, and I'm like, but what do I? The main storyline, all collect all these.
Whoopsies.
Oh no.
I quite like that though. Like I quite like that you had to earn your upgrades. It just got.
Got tedious because I felt like there was heaps.
Yeah, but you get all the cool costumes.
Oh my goodness.
Are you trying to
what
jump
are
on
you doing?
it?
You might be the worst Mario.
Yeah, but I wanted to jump. Oh, you
Still
can.
jumping
True. I
around.
forget that I have a hat. It's a new Mario game, guys.
So what do you do at Playside?
So my role, I work at Playside Studios, and I'm a producer there. So basically, everyone tells me all these cool ideas that they want for a game, and I have to be like, no, scope, we don't have time to do that. And I'm basically just like a downer, and I just tell everyone, I don't have time to do anything.
A downer.
But
that doesn't sound fun.
It doesn't. So I'm just there, I'm like, that sounds like a great idea, but also we have to ship it in 2 months, so...
Yeah, I do something similar in advertising. You kind of have to, in production, you always kind of have to bring people back to the real world on what you go, yeah, but we don't have the budget to do that, or the time, or the resources.
It's good to have the blue sky high.
Absolutely.
Oh, you should always dream.
Yeah.
You should always dream, and I think it's a case of just going, okay, well, this is what we can achieve, and like in development and stuff, like you tend to move in sprints as well. So if you get more money, then you can do more stuff, which is kind of how a lot of stuff's built now. Like you build it in modules, so you can plug into it, like add more and more and more. Wow, you're a frog.
You're just eaten by a frog.
You can like control animals against their will. It's
it's
a bit weird.
Against their will.
They're
Nice.
just like.
Do you know what? I'm amazed by that. He's underwater and his hair is staying there. I want to know what products he's using.
Not the same ones as I was. That's for sure.
We've got a message from our OG commenter and watcher, Sylvanus80. Welcome back, Random Hero.
Thanks. I had a day off from last time. This is my camera. You've captured a frog, so thank you, Sylvanus.
He's got a mustache.
Cool to having a go at another guest. It is.
Sylvanus is our hype person.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, hype it.
Hype it up.
All right, let me get those rings. Whoa!
So do you just kidnap different animals and steal their powers?
And then you backflips with them.
Oh wow.
And they all do different things, so it's like they'll do the challenges based on, oh, you need to kidnap this certain animal before you can proceed.
I just feel like there's a lot of kidnapping in Mario.
Yeah.
There really is.
This poor innocent frog's like, hey man, just like chilling here with my tadpoles and shit, and then somebody steals it.
Bam! Takes it away from his family.
I'm not good at this game. Yeah. Oh, didn't give me anything.
So what are we trying to do?
I'm just collecting all the stuff and doing backflips because it's awesome.
So you're doing what Taylah does. You do everything.
It's a lot of the collecting.
Yeah. Well, I haven't played this before, and being a frog is cool.
Yeah, right. Well, how about we stop collecting as much as we are and we actually
engage in story? Yeah, it might be fun for people watching to not just watch you collect.
Yeah.
Well,
I think so.
whoopsies! I didn't actually mean to do that one. Which one's that? This one.
How do you think the controls are? Do you like them?
What about the frog?
Oh,
The
they're interesting. I haven't played a Switch before, so it's like getting used to the Switch at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird that you have like hands aren't connected, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
I always feel like that. So
you can play like this and be like, it's not comfortable.
Yeah, like I was just waiting for on like PlayStation. I'm just waiting for the new because they're just bringing out the VR version 2. So I'm kind of just waiting for that to come out before, because I really want to dive into like the PlayStation VR because they're doing some really cool things at the moment.
Yeah.
There's some really there's this, I can't remember what the name of it is, but there's a really cool platforming game in VR apparently at the moment, which is supposed to be pretty decent. If anybody in chat knows what game that is that's just been released, you should tell me because I've forgotten.
Because you've forgotten.
And who are these dudes?
Evil rabbit.
Oh my god, like an evil rabbit family. Are they going to kidnap something? Let me guess.
Oh, the wedding planners.
Oh, that's nice.
I would be horrified if these people were planning my wedding.
Can you call Bowser and Peach a happy couple? I'm not sure that you can.
No.
No?
Call them a couple maybe. There's two of them. That's about it.
I think these guys were one of the reasons I didn't like the game was because every time I went to go fight Bowser, they would throw a bunny at me and I'd be like, no, I want to fight Bowser.
Does Mario kill things? Do they die when he beats them up?
You just
Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Boss mechanics.
Can we throw this down then? No.
Yeah, you can. Smash the hats.
No.
They look like.
God, if you love hats, this is the game for you. Like, if you have an extensive hat collection, are there any fedoras? Or are they all top hats?
No, I think they're mostly top hats, and then there's a crown, and then there's Mario's hat.
Cap.
Oh, you actually get different hats depending on what world you're in. So if you go to like like there's like the city one, and you can have a construction outfit, and you get a construction hat. So that's really cute.
I saw Peach had that little tiara.
Like this would be the game for you.
This is all me. I'm all about hats.
Is it just me, or did Mario just completely murder one of the wedding planners?
No, you just sat on him.
Huh? He disappeared.
He doesn't get murdered. He just goes away for a bit.
All right.
He just poofs. He poofs away. It's magic.
Smoke.
They got stunned. Oh, no.
Well, that was the intro to the game.
Awesome. So you've already defeated the boss. That's awesome. How many more rabbits we got to go? 3 more.
Heaps, probably.
Awesome.
I had a drink, sorry. 3 more. But there's probably going to be fight them multiple times, I reckon.
Oh, yes. You do. You're like, yeah, I defeated them all. Now it's Bowser. And it's like, no.
So did you grow up playing Mario? Is this like your childhood?
Yes, I played a lot of Mario. I play so much Mario Kart. That was like my family's thing, is like we'd play Mario Kart. I was obviously the best because I'm very good at Mario Kart. But yeah, my brothers were alright, I guess, too.
They were okay.
Do you have a favourite Mario Kart?
Favorite Mario Kart?
They can be quite different, some of them.
Yeah, I would say, what's the latest one? Mario Kart 8?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's probably my favourite so far.
Okay,
I think
nice.
I really like visual stuff because I used to be a 3D artist before I became a producer, so I'm all like, that's my background.
Is that how you started in gaming?
Yeah, so the first job I got was a 3D artist. I worked at a free roam VR company, so basically they have a big studio and you put a backpack on, and the backpack has the computer on it, and you put a headset on.
Oh, I went and did that with I can't remember the company where you go and you do like the zombie invasion.
Zero latency.
Yeah,
so that's where I used to work.
Oh yeah, nice, cool. We did that for a work thing. It was pretty awesome.
It's so much fun because you actually walk around. So like most of the VR games, you stand still and you're like, oh, pretending to walk.
Yeah. The zombie thing was pretty cool. And then we did the spaceship thing as well. You have to fight the boss at the end.
I worked on that. So
That's pretty rad.
So excited.
So you did the 3D animations?
Yeah, I did some of the 3D art for it.
Oh my goodness.
That's so cool.
You turned into a giant ball.
Yeah.
You gotta like
And
fling
then
yourself.
him at the stick.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And does that must take so long?
What does it mean?
The art.
Yeah.
It's like the star.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the moons are the stars in
Stars
this
in this
game,
game, yeah.
which was
And
confusing.
what do the stars do?
It's just how you.
Everything.
It's just Mario. Have you not played a Mario game?
What do you mean? What do they
No.
do?
You just collect them and then you win.
Is this like the
It's
Dark
basically-
Souls of Wii? Like, is this?
Just collect all of
Go
them.
around collecting.
And then
the-
you lose your moons, and you've got to go and get your moons back if you die. No.
No.
I think
It's
I've
just
just
like-
designed a game concept. guys.
Producer?
Mario
Yeah,
Souls.
love it.
Is there enough time for it or not? Do we have the funds and the time?
New Mario Dungeon.
It might be. We'd have to call him something different from Mario, and maybe he could not have a moustache to get away from copyright laws.
He's not a plumber, he's like a builder or something.
Yeah.
Bob the Builder.
He's a generic tradie.
Yeah.
And he's Australian. There you
An
go.
Australian
love it.
tradie. Yeah,
Job
there
done.
we go.
There you go.
And his name's Dazza.
That's
Taylah.
yeah.
And Peaches is Shazza. So you got Dazza and Shazza.
I think we've got a game, guys. I think we've got a game.
Give me that.
Now we
Thank
just
you.
need some money.
Yeah.
Why did that take so
I
long?
don't know, it's like you're not doing it properly.
Yeah, it wasn't shaking good enough.
So yeah, your moons power everything in
Right.
this.
So then I use them to unlock. What's that, like a level?
It's a propeller on the top of the hat to take you to the next world,
Okay, so
which I think is a weird way to travel between planets, but it
it's
works.
how
It's
you do
Mario.
it. Looks like no one's
Maybe
travelled
that's
in a
where
while.
NASA are going wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
This whole time.
Guys, you've got to find some moons. Come on.
They found a new planet the other day, didn't they? There's a new tiny planet that they called the Goblin or something.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
a nice name.
Damn, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
There is something really cool in this level that you have to do.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
I mean, you
Well, we don't expect you to. You haven't played
do it.
before.
I think you have to do it as part of the story, but I don't want to spoil, but it's really cool. And when it
Right.
happens, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
What? So
Are they-
look, okay, so we were collecting
these purple
coins now,
coins?
and there's purple.
Are these like the
circles.
red
What do
ones
they do?
of the game?
Are they Fruit Loops?
Oh no, not the fruit.
So each of the worlds have different currencies. So you got
Right.
Purple Fruit Loops in this one.
yeah, this is the purple Fruit Loop planet,
I
obviously.
like purple.
And then you
Perfect.
can use that to buy outfits and hats. And
See, yes, more fashion. This is all.
Nice, sorted.
So what do
All
I
about
have to
it.
fling you into? Anything?
Beat up the other ball. Kill the balls.
Maybe.
I like that their eyes change color as well when you put the hat on, so it's like Mario's blue eyes.
Oh, mate, come on.
Did you see that?
That was
It's
really
a
cool.
reaction.
Wait. Oh, I flung him into it and it was cool as.
Yeah.
Can you probably can't
Oh.
pick him up, can you?
Can you kick your butt?
Probably can't control. Oh, you can.
No, so you,
He's way-
I think you
he's
probably have to use.
huge.
You'll have to hit him with the other ball, I reckon.
No, I was just on him.
No, there's a sec, yeah, but like to knock down that wall, you have to hit him with the
This
other
guy's
ball
annoying.
to get a different angle.
Oh yeah, the other small ball,
Yeah,
not
that
this
him,
small
oh,
ball
yeah,
that
yeah.
you've been.
How do I get off? That'll
God.
work.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like we've hit a
Oh,
roadblock. Literally,
Oh.
you're trying to knock down walls.
Yeah, it's hard.
So how long do you
Hey.
reckon it would have?
You got to hit him.
Taking them to-
Yeah.
How long does all this
To
take?
do this, I have no idea.
It's
I'm
funny.
assuming
It
they
looks-
have a lot more team on it.
Yeah.
It'd be like a lot of people. We usually have like 3 people
I'm
on
trying to
something.
get
Oh,
to do
okay.
what I want to
I
do.
imagine this would probably take like years of
Oh,
development.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Can I get up there yet? Probably. I'm just going to go up there.
maybe you don't have to knock it all down. Maybe it's just the one bit.
But what if there's a prize?
Yeah, that's what. That's
What if
why I'm
there's a Fruit
what,
Loop?
What if?
Well, where are the Fruit Loops? Yeah. Oh, I can go up here. Oh no, is this a jumping puzzle? Okay, no, I can't do that. Looks
Is this
like
where the cool thing happens?
And it makes me so mad watching it. I'm like, I know how to do it, and I don't want to say it because it's going to explore it for yourself.
Okay, if he
So-
doesn't get it right within the first 3 times,
why
you're
don't we
taking
let?
over.
So do you want to have? Why don't you have a go and show us how it's done?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Can I do
Come
this?
on, you know where to go
Am I
for the
even allowed to
story.
do this?
So
Ah!
Because it's a hat shape, so you have to use
Use
your
a
hat.
hat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forget that you have a hat.
You picked that up really quickly, Aiden.
I'll try.
I like that they bark. They're like dogs.
They're like dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to use the Y button. It doesn't help.
So where should people find you then? Like, what about your like Twitter, your Instagram and stuff like that?
Yeah, so my Instagram is. Do I do at on Instagram? Is that what that? Yeah? He's nodding. He's like, yes, it is. And
There
so
it is.
it's at the action point.
Yeah.
And we do, we're a little show and we do basically talk about nerd culture sort of
Oh,
games.
cool.
Everyone that's on it is quite really into that sort of stuff. So I'm a full nerd. I love games, love everything. So we talk about what's the latest in comic books, TV shows, movies, and games and everything.
Awesome.
So chuck us a follow. Just a little plug there. I don't know what camera.
Shameless plug. No, that's all good. We're all
So,
that.
and how often do you do that then? Have you got a schedule for it, or is it when should people be checking you out?
Yeah, so every Tuesday we do a weekly show, and it's basically just a rehash of what has come out, what's happening. Oh, this is so cool.
This is cool.
Because it goes back to like the old school Mario.
So I can just play the game normally now. Turns out I can't.
So what going on in the industry at the moment are you thinking is what's come in, like what's out there at the moment that's really interesting you?
Well, obviously Spider-Man came out, and that's a huge thing that came out. But what else has happened in the past week? We talked about the casting for The Witcher. So obviously they're making a new Netflix show with Henry Cavill, and that's going to be awesome. Everyone's really excited about that. Other things that are happening, obviously DC's.
No.
Oh, you're about to die.
I know.
Oh, this is so frustrating.
Obviously, DC Universe is doing like a Teen Titans on Netflix.
How do you feel about Teen Titans?
I don't want to talk about it. It makes me so upset.
I'm so upset about Starfire and the castings in that. I'm just like, that isn't Starfire, and Raven looks shit.
And Raven's character's all of a sudden completely changed.
Yeah.
Like I loved Raven
It's
in
really
the show. She's like all sassy and she's got like so much attitude. Now she's like
She's
just
a
this little
bit
girl.
muted, isn't she? Yeah.
And I was very upset.
And it's all a bit. It's trying to be like maybe a little bit too much dark DC. It's like, oh fuck Batman. And you're like, oh really?
It's like DC can't make anything that's fun.
No.
It has to be like angry.
Marvel does it so well.
really
Saying that though,
serious.
Aquaman looks like it's going to be pretty rad. Like,
It does look cool.
yeah.
It visually
Jason
looks
Momoa,
amazing.
like he's just an absolute superstar. He's going to smash it.
Yeah, I love that they
Is
looked
the
at.
boss?
It's another bunny. So many bunnies.
Already.
She's
Really big.
I hope she's not organising the makeup for the bride, because
Like Peach is gonna look lovely.
yeah, God.
How are you feeling about Red Dead 2? You excited?
I'm so excited. I'm very upset that I can't play as a girl because apparently I have to be a guy, and I just love playing games as girls. But anyway, we'll move on. The horses are great. I really want to ride the horses, and the storyline looks awesome. I'm so excited.
Well, so you must like the Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed have given you the option to be a female as
And
well.
that's coming out I think tomorrow.
Yeah, it comes out like tomorrow or
Oh, I'm
something.
so
yeah.
excited. So
It's been getting pretty good reviews
Yeah.
as well.
I don't know what I
They
have to
flipped
do
a lot
yet.
of the assets though from Origins.
I think that's fine though.
Yeah, I do
really,
too.
like it's a completely new game and
No.
everything like that. So it's
Sorry.
great.
Well, there's a lot more. Obviously, you're not in the middle of a desert. So
Yeah,
you're like,
exactly. It's like they
How
use
do
the same
Aiden,
tree.
what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're
I
just
feel
like-
I've got to make that happen.
See how she's got little moons on her neck? You need those.
Do you guys know what a
Don't I have to-
and this will show my age here. Do you know what a Commodore 64 is?
Yeah. It's just a old.
Oh, really?
It's
I was
incredibly
like,
old.
oh,
It's like a really old
Yeah.
console that you used to put like tapes into. They've just
I don't know what to
re-released,
do.
like, we were talking about the retro snares and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff a few
yeah.
weeks ago. They've just released it now, and it's all like 8-bit games and like stuff like that.
wow.
So that came out. I think that came out today. You know what the Commodore 64 is. You
So
guys know what
excited.
I'm talking about.
I died.
But
Oh.
yeah,
Very good.
it's pretty awesome. So that's a cool bit of news. I really want to. I'm thinking about getting it, but I don't know. Maybe I've got enough to play. Got enough to play as it is.
So many.
Yeah, I
games
keep
coming
buying
out.
games, especially on my Steam account, and they just never get played.
Yeah.
Nor do
think
I even install them.
Was that not your Steam account that we saw
No,
on
it
the
was
screen?
Gavin's.
Oh yeah, there
It's
was
very
like
similar.
100 games in there.
It's very
like-
similar. It's basically the same thing.
I've played quite a few. I've got quite a few downloaded that I just haven't played. I've got. I downloaded that Hammer one that came out recently, where you just go around and you do like horde mode with swords and stuff.
Vermintide 2.
Vermintide
I've got
2,
both of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
What
they're
did you
amazing.
think?
I reckon they're really good.
It's a little
I
bit
like
repetitive
the,
though. Like I'm not. Just loot shooters like still have to have a bit of story in my book.
I feel like they don't, because you're just looting and shooting.
What's the
in my
point? But then
opinion.
the only
But,
point of it is to then just loot and shoot some more. Like, if you're not.
If you're not into the Warhammer world either, Warhammer's
I
very
love
like.
Warhammer. I like 40k better.
Yeah, that's why. See, I'm a 40k fan and not like a Warhammer fan.
Well,
But
they
I just play it because like the melee combat.
I'm really gonna nerd out now though. But do you know they've killed the Warhammer, the original Warhammer universe? It's called Age of Sigmar now. Did you know that?
I
And
don't
like
know anything
Sigmar,
about it.
like
Get away from
flew
Come on,
through
what are you
space.
doing?
He's like,
I can see Taylor's like, what are we doing?
You should play.
Maybe you need to beat this for
I'm
him.
just gonna silently judge.
I've already beaten it.
You did it. And
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
did.
sure.
I knew exactly what I had to do.
Is that a
This wasn't
female
happening.
rabbit or a male rabbit dressed as a woman?
Just some.
It's
thing
the
really
21st
bad at
century. You
doing
can be
makeup.
whatever you want to be. Let's
can.
not label it.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Okay, so you got 3 moons. 3 moons?
Yeah.
I
And
can't
chain of
remember.
three.
That would be crap if you.
Free three.
Yeah, there you go.
Or are they
No,
bananas?
multi-moon.
Is that a bunch of bananas or 3 moons?
A bunch of Donkey Kong's bananas.
Yeah, true.
That's a good game. Good old retro Donkey Kong.
Kong.
Do you want to have a
That's
go?
my favourite one. Did you want? Yeah, feel free.
Come on, have a
Take
go.
it off.
I've said
Me.
that I'm so good, and now I have to actually play.
All right.
I think you set it up quite nicely.
I've done the intro in the first world. I think
Yeah.
looks like.
I think
I
I
like. Basically done the first world.
I don't remember how many stars, moons you need. I called them stars the whole time I played this, and I was like, why change it? Just be stars.
I
Yeah.
need one more.
I think you need 2 more. Is that because it takes up a little
Oh,
section
it's
every
the little
time?
slots, yeah.
Someone's
Right,
made
you
a
can
comment
go
about
find the
your
last one then.
Commodore.
Or wherever that may be.
Jeez, how old are you, Beard?
Jeez, how old are you, Beard?
Oh, I know the Commodore 64 is a car that was made in 1964. No,
See? It
no,
is a
it's
car.
not.
Well,
Maybe
it
sound
also
like I
it
didn't
is.
know.
It's two things.
Maybe in Australia. Hold on, let me Google this.
No, I don't
It's
remember how to
there'll
play.
be like a Holden Commodore that's like made in '64.
Made in 64.
But-
It won't be the name. Like Commodore 64 is a games console.
Yeah,
It can be both. It's both.
I think it was
You
a
don't have to
console.
be
I reckon
one
it was a
thing.
console first.
I can't even spell Commodore. Commodore 64.
Thank God for
Yes.
Google.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Can you?
Oh, look at the parrots.
Can you zoom in on this?
Oh, parrots go with Fruit
you
Loops.
zoom in
Okay,
on
this
my
is all
phone?
like coming back to Fruit Loops.
Parrots go.
Hold
with
on.
Fruit
I'm zooming into it. Look, there you go. And you get 64 games with it. 8-bit games. Yes.
Loops. Amazing.
I've got.
California game.
Yes.
Game.
Yes. I liked it when you got to do. You kick that little. What's it called? Hacky sack was one of the California games. I used to love it because that was the only game I could play. Like the surfing, I would just go over a wave and die straight away every time. I was like, how the fuck do you surf? But
What?
It's not what I was meant to do.
hacky sack, bro. Hacky sack. I was like, I'm gonna do this for a living.
Oh, so
Hacky
you
sack.
can do all of that cool
Yeah, you
stuff.
can
Is it? Is the California games just based around people getting
feel like
stoned
those
though? Like, because
controllers
it
just
all
make
felt
you
like it
forget.
was just what
Yeah.
stoners do. Hacky sack, like a bit of surfing. There was skateboarding. Yeah, it's all stoner games. Should have called it the stoner games.
And the Stoner 64.
Stoner 64. Yeah, are you up for a bit of that, Jace? Can we get a Commodore 64 on the stream? Come on.
Does anyone even
Come
own
on.
one still?
Yes, we're getting thumbs up. If we get system,
Oh, the
oh
one-
yeah, okay, the
The
Mega
The one you
Drive.
didn't do.
Yeah, the one I didn't hit last time. Was
Mega Drive.
Hype.
What games? Does anybody know what games the Mega Drive came with? What did
Oh, Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt is fucking off. Did you know though? I've got a tidbit for you. If you played the second controller on Duck Hunt, you controlled the dog. Did you know that?
I think
Did
now
you
that,
know
now
that?
that you say that, it rings a little bell, but I wouldn't have been able to tell anyone.
Somebody discovered it the
But
other day. They were
yeah,
like,
that's
"Do you know I've
pretty
had that game since the '80s?" And it wasn't. I played
That's
the
probably
second
why
one.
you could play like the Duck Hunt dog in Smash Bros. Because you could actually
Yes.
play as the dog
There you go.
secretly.
There you go.
Desperately trying to find this thing that I was talking
I really
about
want to get the
before.
really cool secret.
I really want to get Duck Hunt on the stream.
Duck Hunt.
I remember having Time Crisis on the PlayStation 1 as well. That was pretty awesome.
Really? That's pretty cool. I never owned a PlayStation 1. I wasn't much of a Sony man myself
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
until the PlayStation 4.
Whee!
I don't remember if you have full damage in this game.
Doesn't look like it. You fell a long way.
Yeah, you
fell
fell
through
pretty
hearts.
far.
His little legs are stumpy enough. He's not going to hurt himself.
Oh, good
Not
save.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like this is the wrong way to be going.
So,
It might be right, yeah.
chat. What are your other favourite games out there? We've got Duck Hunt. We've got. Geez, how old are you, Beard? Oh no, that's not.
That's not a game. Sounds like a great
What was your
game.
favourite games? I remember having the Master System and being so poor that the only game that we had for 2 years was Alex the Kid, the game that you got built into the.
Oh, really?
Have you guys played Alex the Kid? Come on, Jace. Jace, have you
can't
played
say
Alex
I
the
have.
Kid?
I have.
There you go. You're the only one I can relate to. in this room.
Master System. Yeah, the Sega Mega Drive. Just did one.
I was using to play Pitfall.
Pitfall?
Did I do it?
No, I've not. No, not played it. I played Prince of Persia, the original Prince of Persia. Oh, the moon! You found the moon.
You found
Yay.
That rock is sparkling funny.
Oh.
How many did I need?
Jump through the rocks.
Alex the kid,
I think
or am I
I
a
think that's enough to go to the new
35-year-old
world.
loser?
That's good.
But if you want to, we're just going to forget this super cool secret that we can't
Alex
find
the-
anymore.
I'm not sure if that was a question.
Yeah, or a statement.
Are you a
The ship can take off
35-year-old
now.
loser?
I love it. Let's go. When you
I don't know.
Let's
Alex
go.
the kid, or am I? Nice. Insults.
Sonic the Hedgehog. There you go. That was a game. And I remember
A classic.
first learning to do the cheat for Super Sonic. 100 rings. No, all right.
No.
My trivia is lost on you guys, honestly.
I don't know.
Everybody's like,
Yeah, you like to
What-
smile and
what-
wave,
what are-
boys.
what are we-
Smile and
what are we
wave.
doing on this stream?
So
So-
maybe it wasn't this world that I was thinking of.
Let's hope so.
Where are we going now? Do you know?
So
we're
did you-
chasing Bowser.
So you got enough stars to go to the next world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and-
Moons.
Moon.
Moons, sorry.
Bananas.
My bad.
So I don't even think we're changing
me.
worlds. I think it's just the. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Oh, you've
We
got our
unlocked
hopes
it.
up. There we
No,
were
no, we
thinking,
did.
wow, we're going to
did.
another world.
I know. Now it's just like.
We're just going to a different kingdom.
Yeah.
She's in another kingdom.
Oh, same shit, different haircut.
Different haircut. Let's keep coming back to hair
Same
today.
shit, different shampoo.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
2 in 1.
Because I'm worth
The
it.
two in one.
Disappointed. 2 in 1.
Good old cheat, Sylvanas. Sylvanas knows.
I don't have much hair anymore, so now I don't actually need the separate. I just.
You should still shampoo and condition.
I
your hair.
do the 2 in 1.
I have to
For
do
more
my
than 2
beard as
seconds.
well, so it stays glorious.
I'll just.
Do you have,
more
like,
than 2
oils
seconds
for it
this
and
time.
stuff?
No, I don't actually. I used to use oils on my beard, but you know, these times are hard. I bought a boom arm for my microphone instead of buying the oil for my beard this month.
Oh.
You know, you gotta make choices.
Nice.
You gotta make
Important
hard
investments.
choices sometimes. Oh, if anybody knows what a boom arm and I forgot what it's called. Hold on. This is so I bought this today. This is a shock mount for a microphone.
What's he doing?
Here's one I bought earlier. And somebody on chat said, Gavin's outside if anybody wants to let me. So I bought this because I just bought the Razer Siren Pro. So it's a microphone.
Yeah.
It's super awesome for my streaming at home. And there's a Razer shock mount, but they don't sell it in Australia, so I can't
really?
find it anywhere. Yeah. So I went on all the forums and I was like, oh shit, what works with this? So people said to buy the one for the blue microphones. So I bought this, and it's about the size of a dinner plate.
Oh really?
Like it says this big.
Whoa.
Oh right.
So you put the microphone. Look, if you
yeah.
if you can see here, there's one here. No, you can't see that. Okay. So you put the microphone in. You then use this giant screw, and you screw that in there, like that. Microphone goes in.
Yeah.
But I know that the bottom of my microphone can't fit a screw that big. So,
Oh, whoops.
so yeah, I'm not sure this will work. So if anybody knows one that works with the Razer Siren Pro, then
No.
let me know.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Because nobody on the internet seems to know,
Yeah.
unless I can find a Razer one. So.
Oh, are we in Mexico?
These are the cutest characters. Look how
Oh my
cute they
God.
They're
are.
just all dancing.
It's a happy
and
dancing skull. See, dancing in every game.
So
I'm telling
cold.
you.
No, they're cold. They're trying to warm up.
Yeah, so they're in the desert, but now Bowser's done something.
It's
and
frozen it.
So we've got some in chat as well. We've got people telling us their favourite games.
Yeah, I saw that before. Age of Empires.
Age of Empire.
I love that.
Who loves it? Who likes? Do you like a real-time strategy?
Yes,
Do you real-time strategy?
I do. I'm not great at them. I have a couple of friends who are actually good at them, and I've
Yeah.
played with them, and I get owned all the time because we do versus. But it's super fun just to play a real-time strategy RTS game. Just 'cause
Have you
it's, like,
played?
epic.
Have you played any of the Warhammer ones?
Yeah, I've got
Total War?
Warhammer Total War 1 and 2.
Yeah. What did you think?
I mean, like, again, I'm not good at them, so I can't, like,
Did you just hit him for
rate
no
them on,
reason?
like, a strategical point. But,
Yeah.
like, I just think it looks cool. Like, they're
Yeah.
amazing just to, like, play the campaign and just get the
I
epic
had
battles.
to look up how to win those battles. Like you actually have to use real life.
It's a
like
rock,
things.
yeah, and it's like a
Tokens.
rock paper scissors type sort of unit system one unit will beat that unit like almost indefinitely, and so on and so forth. So it just becomes like playing rock paper scissors against a computer.
Do you know, and again, you guys might be too young to remember, but did anybody ever know a game called Theme Hospital?
Theme Hospital.
No, right. So you basically ran a hospital, and people had all these really crazy. You guys know, you know that.
We were looking at it the other day.
So people come in and they've got like hairyitis, and you have to have a machine.
Is that
like,
a real?
zaps all their hair off. And
okay.
what were some of the other? Do you remember any of the other diseases that they had?
a
There was
clown,
like
you thought you were a
big
clown?
heads. And you had to deflate their heads and stuff. And if you hired like really dodgy doctors, then people died.
That's really cool.
It was like, oh, do I want to save some money? Or, but it was quite dark really, because it's about profit. You have to keep your hospital profitable. So
Stuck in his room.
yeah, so that's it. They basically, because those assets are so
wherever
old,
you
they
are.
just redid the game with loads of cool new diseases. So I wanted to try it out. That's pretty cool. So that would be along the lines of like.
You got a moon.
A bit more fun, but Roller Coaster Tycoon and Sim City and shit like that. So, but that's quite a good one. You should try that. Save some people.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
We got somebody choking on stream. Oops. Any doctor in the house?
Where's the doctor?
Yeah.
You were just talking about.
We're trying to squeeze in.
Here's the doctor.
I am the doctor.
Oh dear, I wouldn't trust you with my life.
Doctor, save me.
Need a beverage.
Whew.
No, I'll just have a
Welcome, Gavin.
smooth,
I'm crying.
non-distinct energy drink.
I'm crying.
Because I don't
Oh
want
no,
to plug
okay.
Just be really good at it.
products.
So I was telling Taylah before
Oh, here we go.
we've got a
here we
little
go.
thing with you.
The
Yeah,
master's in.
that you just come in
you're
and
shit.
you.
What have you guys been doing for
graded
the last
everything.
4 hours?
Yeah, like, are you going to play the game? Like, what's
Why
going
haven't you
on?
completed this yet?
So we were telling her that you were the one to beat, to look out
To
for.
beat, yeah. Apparently that's a thing with our stream.
She's saying you're a lot like her brother.
I think we
Isn't that what you were saying?
Yeah, my brother's like really good at every game. He just picks it up and it's instantly good. And then, yeah. So, do you want me to move over?
I think we need to move over to Hedgehog.
just what you should do is just go like push him off.
Bye.
Yeah, this game is super awesome.
So you played it.
I just played. So I
Who's
actually
beer
bought
then?
my Switch for this game. So I always said if they announced a new Mario with a new console, I'd always get it. And then as soon as they said, yeah, it's going to be on the Switch, I'm like, all right, that's my time to buy a Switch. So as soon as it came out, I'm like, yep, that's what I'm doing. So
I'm getting my 5-year-old a Switch for Christmas.
yeah.
Oh, lucky kid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's absolutely awesome. Like, and that's the thing with the Switch; it's completely accessible for everyone and anyone. So
Yeah, my girlfriend's not happy about it, but he's getting a Switch because I want to play it. So.
yeah.
So it's like an Indian giving gift. You
Yeah,
give
definitely.
it for him, but it's really
Well,
good.
that's what my dad did. My dad bought a Super Nintendo for my sister. My sister's never played a computer game in her life. So I'm just like,
yeah.
Learning off the old man.
yeah, exactly.
But Nintendo was so confident with this game that they made a whole entire graph and they plotted all the Mario games next to each other. And they said that this game is in the line of like what people consider the best Mario game. So there's like Super Mario World.
What's Mario doing with his hands?
He's cold.
It's cold.
He's
It's cold.
Oh, man
It's
up.
chilly.
Come on.
Yeah. So like
Man up.
Super Mario World.
I
and,
thought he was like,
Sunshine and all
I
that.
thought he had like a cunning plan. I've got an evil plan.
Maybe he's the evil guy trying to ruin the wedding.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's how Bowser.
Have you not seen there's like videos on YouTube where Bowser and like Princess Peach are just like, why does he keep coming and trying to rescue you? Like like Bowser comes out in a dressing gown and slippers and he's like, why does he keep kidnapping you? Like, what's wrong with Mario?
Like Mario's the kidnapper. It's like reversed.
Yeah.
Has everyone seen the new Bowsette?
The Bowsette.
Oh, the Bowser thing, yeah.
So it's basically Princess Peach, but she's like Bowser, and she's got like this black dress, and she's got the Bowser horns and everything.
Is it some weird fan
It
fiction?
is.
Yeah, it's a
That's
fan
it.
fiction
And
thing,
it
yeah.
took off so bad.
Oh,
and
really?
Nintendo just caught onto it a few days ago, and I think they're up to something with it actually, to be
Yeah.
honest. And it's kind of scary how quickly something can be picked up and for everyone to just lose their minds.
Oh, what are you doing in the mud? Is this not ripping off Sonic a little bit with the rings? Come on,
I
that's,
think they can
I think
claim
it's
rings.
super. It's just a super gamey generic sort of thing, like jump through the rings.
Sonic did rings.
since when has Mario had rings?
Wait, so like, is that like a dolphin jumping through a ring, the exact same sort of thing? Like,
No, what are you talking about? That's Echo the Dolphin. Like, have you not played that game? Come on, guys.
I really like this part.
Come
This
on,
part's
guys.
cool.
Yeah, the whole 2D.
I never got
Throwback.
Echo
This
the
part's
Dolphin.
cool. These parts are cool.
Oh, Bullet's gonna kill. Oh, look at that. That's how you do it, mate.
For future reference.
Oh, maybe
that's
not.
how you do
Alright,
it.
don't do it like that. But yeah, so Nintendo put this along with like Super Mario Sunshine and all the games that they considered to be the big
So
big games.
somebody said Big Daddy pepperoni pizza, and then somebody just typed like a cat's walk.
Big Daddy
Oh,
Pepperoni
yeah.
Pizza is a cheat for Age of Empires.
That's how people express their love in
Oh,
in
is
chat
that a
nowadays.
cheat?
They
That's
just
a
Yeah.
cheat.
They just
Yeah.
start smacking on the keyboard, and that's how you express love in chat.
Are you sure they didn't just? Is it just them smashing their face because there's
Yeah, that's true.
straw?
Oh, that too. A bit of both.
Good old Doom Chiefs 20 years later. Yeah, God mode. Who doesn't remember that? Who doesn't remember the Doom
Yeah,
2
just
Chiefs?
cheating in
You
God
just
mode.
type God mode and clipping as well. You could just clip through all
through
the board.
everything.
I remember just walking straight towards the final demon and just putting God mode on and shooting. the shit out of it.
That doesn't sound like fun.
God.
You
Yeah.
beat it.
Yeah, the new Doom has old levels hidden as Easter eggs. Yes. I played. I was very late to the Doom party, but I played that and I got a bit obsessed by all the extras. There's so many extras to find in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the old Doom rooms were pretty awesome.
We've got one more mistake.
What's again in chat? What's your favourite secrets in games? Nooley's has told us his, obviously. What about yours? What's your? Oh, come
Okay,
on!
my,
I thought you were coming in to show us how it's done.
Hey, look, I got to warm up, you know.
This is the side. This is the side, and you've let it down. Apologise to the side.
Just what side?
So what's your favourite secret in a game?
Favorite secret? Actually, I remember one that me and Aiden used to. We found it one time when we were playing
What do we do?
Halo 3. How you got to like jump through all these like cabins and stuff, and you just see this JPEG that they've put up of one of the devs just pulling a stupid face. And actually,
Oh yeah,
the dev got in trouble for that as well.
I remember that.
Like
I think
they-
he just put it in the game out of his own will. Like
Yeah.
win or something like that. Yeah.
But there's been a few of those as well where people have put in their own little Easter egg and gotten in trouble for it and got in trouble and fired. Worse, I think one of the first Easter egg that ever happened was the guy for the Atari game.
Yeah, and he wrote his name, didn't he?
He wrote his
Yeah.
name because he was pissed because the devs didn't let him get any credit for the game that he built. So
Oh really? So he put his name in
So,
there.
Yes.
so he put his name in it, and he ended up getting fired because someone found out about it, and like it was a big thing.
I thought they found it years later.
They
or
did. They
something,
did
yeah.
find it years later, and they ended up. He was still with the
Still
company at the
sacking him.
time.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sucks to be him.
Wow, what a waste of.
Yeah, but he's gonna live forever being the original like
Yeah,
dude
true.
that did the first Easter egg.
Yeah, that's it.
It's pretty
just
cool.
like, what can you do? Like,
Yeah, but like worth it.
yeah, 100% worth it. And then like he's not the only one. I'm pretty sure. I think I've said this one before, but there was another Bungie dev that got into trouble for at the start of the Halo screen. If you set the date and the time to a certain thing at the front, like Halo sort of splash art, you'll get on the ring on the intro screen. You'll actually see like happy birthday person's name. I can't remember what
Yeah.
it was, but yeah, he got into trouble for that as well. So devs like putting in their own sort of sneaky stuff in their games. It's pretty cool.
It is cool. It sucks that they get in trouble for it.
That as well, but like there's some amazing Easter eggs. I think some of the best ones are in like most of the open world games, like your GTA's and.
What about you
All that
guys?
sort of stuff.
What's your favorite Easter eggs in a game? Mate, is yours a Mario one?
I come in and all of a sudden I'm like I
You're
love
the
Mario.
Mario kid.
I play other games.
What other games? No, seriously, what other games? What are your other favourite games?
Our
and
favorite
Easter eggs?
game. Don't know about Easter egg. My other favorite game is probably Oblivion from the Elder
Oh,
Scrolls.
yeah,
series.
okay,
yeah,
yeah.
we like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Classic.
Yeah, so I played that before obviously Skyrim came out, and I was like obsessed with it. I was like, the storylines are so good and everything. And then everyone got on the the bandwagon when Skyrim came out. And I was like,
Yeah.
People are still playing that to this day, though. I think even on Twitch, like I think I saw like Oblivion on there. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
still
It's
playing
super
that.
mod-
moddable
good.
as
Yeah.
well. You can
And
mod the
dungeon
crap out of
crawling
that
and
game.
stuff for all those like.
Spicy noolies.
Have you tried any like ESO online or anything like that? Have you tried any of the online versions or anything? Or
No,
do you think
I
Is
was
that boss,
staying
wasn't it?
away from it when it first came out because it was like, oh, online, and then it got a whole bunch of, it wasn't really great
It was
feedback.
a bit of a
so I was
mess.
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away because I don't want it to ruin. Like I have this perfect vision, like I have this like perfect idea of what Elder Scrolls is, and I didn't want to go online and for it to be ruined. So I was like, I'll just wait until the next game comes out because it's not done by the same company that did the other Elder Scrolls, so it's like a branched off sort of thing.
Yeah, it's not Bethesda. I can't remember what.
Yeah,
company
so they
it
got a
is.
different company to do it, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stick to
Bethesda.
the Bethesda and
Yeah.
hope that it's okay.
And that's like, yeah. It goes to show also with the Fallout games as well. The what was the other company that did Fallout New Vegas? They did the
Oh,
exact
yeah.
same thing as well, and some people preferred New Vegas compared to Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
So chat is saying somebody's broken hearted that I've got a 5-year-old. Super Mario Galaxy is king. Apparently,
Yeah.
Do we
It is.
agree?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was one of the games that Nintendo even
Better than
themselves
this?
said was
Oh.
better than this.
Oh, we got some controversy.
I don't know.
I haven't played this one, so I don't know. I
Yeah, you
can't answer
have.
the
You
question.
just played it.
You've played it for 5 minutes, you know.
For the 5 minutes that I've played, I reckon Galaxy's better than.
Galaxy's better. Is that because there's stars, not moons?
No, I don't know.
It's the moon issue.
It's the moon
He's
issue.
a star
I think
man.
it's because I was bad at this one and
I'm
better
not-
at the other one.
I'm not a moon man. I'm a star man.
You're a star man.
Also, this is the coolest thing you can do in the game. You can put some shades on.
Just,
Take them off, on.
Oh dear. Okay.
It's like, you know that bird was like nighttime, daytime.
This is, so
Nighttime,
just
daytime.
Bax has said that his favourite thing, or he or she, sorry, that was a bit presumptuous. The secret objective is to access the other paths in Star Fox 64.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know what you're talking
no,
about.
Oh, come on.
GTA San Andreas hot coffee. Does anybody know what?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
That's not even a. That's not even an Easter egg, is it?
Isn't that
That's
just an
a-
achievement?
What is
Or
it?
like,
That's a mod, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Can we
I don't
can we
know
get some
anymore.
confirmation?
No screenshots of that.
No,
Yeah.
no screenshots of that.
yeah,
though.
that's
Okay.
that's R18 plus.
Oh.
stuff, I'm
Oh, that's
pretty
why
you
you
find
said
that at the strip club?
spicy. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And Sal Chan says yes, Oblivion, face with heart for eyes, and then it says, "Marry me, please."
oh, if you like Oblivion. Dick.
An Oblivion themed wedding.
Yes, oh,
I'd
it'd be
assume.
amazing. There's actually, I think there's a story, I can't remember if it's a storyline in Oblivion or Skyrim, where it's like I was about to say it's a wedding, I don't remember what the storyline is, but there's a wedding in it, so it'd be themed just like that.
Are you walking on
I think that sounds like a
nothing right now?
Skyrim mission.
Yeah. Invisible
Yeah.
platforms.
Probably.
Are you?
Yeah, I think I remember something.
Are you
like that.
feeling the Elder Scrolls hand mobile game? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
So
Is it out yet?
I don't think it's
No,
out.
No, I was
they've
like, oh, I don't
no,
know.
it just looks like videos and stuff about it.
Yeah.
It's like all sort of very much sort of swipey.
Yeah.
It looks kind of cool though, because you can
It
play
It does,
it
yeah.
vertically
I'll definitely try it
on
out.
the
like,
phone
just-
as well.
I mean,
Looks
yeah,
awesome.
I'll play it, but mobile games.
Somebody has said, "What's your prediction for the next Elder Scrolls game?" Is that, haven't they already?
I
haven't they
think
already
it's going to be like another Tamriel. Oh, Tamriel's a Untitled
Haven't
world.
they
but
announced
like,
where it is? I can't remember where it is though.
I
They
think-
haven't announced where it is, but
Yeah.
there's the trailer for it. They announced. So I did like I went like on a week of like finding hints from the trailer for it. 'Cause the trailer is just like this pan
Yeah,
over
pan of like
mountains.
the that's
And so
right.
I like pulled up the map and I was like, this curves like this, and then it's gonna be from there, because obviously they've done Daggerfall and other games prior to Oblivion and and Skyrim. So there's been a lot of places that have already been games. So I was trying to figure out what it was. I can't remember what I decided what it was.
Oh, I was gonna
I was
all
like,
that for like
So
no
they,
prediction.
they released just like a pan, didn't
It was
they,
just
of
a
like the
pan.
environment, and everybody went absolutely nuts. Like, I just sat there, I was like, they've just showed you like a pre-rendered video. Like I don't know how that would.
What do you mean they showed you where it was? Because everyone was like, because
I got
But you
no
don't
idea.
even
I
know
got
where
no
it is.
idea
So
what
it's
it is.
like
Pretty sure people deducted down that's going to go back to Morrowind.
Hammerfell, that's it.
Hammerfell.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
There you go.
That's exactly what it is. Because you look at the map and they've got like the coastline. The coastline does a very like in and out sort of thing. And if you look at the map,
I love this. I love the theory crafted.
well, you come out like in the video. You come out of this like snow fog thing. And you're like, okay, you're coming out of Skyrim, and then you're going to the coast, and it's like it's definitely Hammerfell.
Is it
Yeah,
wrong?
nice.
Like when I played Skyrim, I just did the main storyline, like killed the main dragon, and then just stopped. I was just like, cool, I completed it.
No.
That's not
Sounds
how you
like
play
what
it.
the
That's
world
not
did.
how you play it.
And I never touched it again.
Even our producer's shaking his head.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's exactly what he did.
It's like that episode of South Park where it's like, I don't play World of Warcraft. I have a life. I was like, I haven't got time to sink hundreds of hours into that. There's so many other good games out there.
Oh, that hurts.
True.
Yes,
I
you. What are you doing?
Well, not at the time there wasn't. I feel like when Skyrim came out, all I had to focus on was exams. And then
Right.
I didn't.
So maybe
Yeah,
Priorities
and now
in
you work in
order.
a bakery.
basically.
Hey, he does a service to the community. He packs our bread.
It's true.
What would we be without carbs?
Oh, I love it. Carbs.
That's great.
All right, no. I agree. You don't bring me the carbs.
Bring me the carbs.
Right. So what else? Good. Yeah. So you're a big mobile gamer, right? You've got. Yep. So So you're saying good game good game battery life. So how does your battery life hold up on your mobile game?
I always go into battery saving mode,
Right,
no matter
Pro tips.
what I'm
Pro
doing.
tips.
Yep, always battery saving mode for any mobile gamer out there. That is the Easter egg. That is what you need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody's also said, real talk, Imperials or Stormcloaks?
Oh.
Stormcloaks.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I whispered it in
Stormcloaks.
case people weren't on board, but it's definitely Stormcloaks.
Definitely Stormcloaks.
They're
Imperials,
basi-
nah, not
They're
about that.
basically Vikings, right? Aren't they the
Well, they're like-
Stormcloaks?
I kind of felt like they were a little bit racist in their main city. No, like genuinely, there's like a bunch of dark elves and elves that are just like sectioned off in the poorest part of town,
Yeah.
and they're like, no one likes them.
Everyone in Skyrim is really racist.
Yeah.
You go into any town that's like
Rather than
not
cop an
your
arrow
race.
to the knee, yeah.
So I went Imperial Guard.
The memes.
For that one reason only, I chose Imperial Guard.
I used to
Really?
be an
Yeah.
adventurer like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I
You went
took an
Imperial?
arrow
Yeah.
to the knee.
Because the guy at the start was also nicer. I felt the Imperial Guard who helps you at the start of the
But
game.
then he does. Oh no, he doesn't die, does he? You just run away from the dragon.
I think whoever you help dies. I think whoever you go with dies, maybe.
See, I've
They
tried
die
to.
eventually.
I've tried to get into ESO a couple of times, and I just can't be asked. Like honestly, I've just, like because they make you start off in a new starting area with every expansion. So I just can't be bothered.
Really?
Oh really?
Yeah. Like
I
they've
never
just
played
done they've just done the Summer Isles, and I was just like, oh, no, I just can't get into it. And you got to swing the sword with both hands. I was like, no, I'd rather just go on World of Warcraft than here.
The Summer Isles was a really cool expansion in I think Oblivion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That was great. You can
Home
like
of the
go,
Hive.
yeah, you like go onto where like that island, and then you can become like the king or queen. I might be talking complete like trash right now because I cannot remember. It was so many years ago. I'm pretty sure that's what the expansion was. You could like become the
What's
king
this
or
one?
queen of it. The
Shivering Isles.
Shivering Isles.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
different.
that's-
Yeah.
Somebody in
great.
chat has said, I feel
Yeah.
like this is Civil War, Captain America, or Iron Man.
No.
It's
I
always
think
going
we'll
to
be
be. It's
okay.
always going to be Iron Man. Cap's a
It's
Cap's a
Iron
goody
Man,
goody.
right?
He's Iron Man.
Oh,
Come on.
This could be a
Although
huge fight.
Civil War was pretty badass, right? I chose
probably Iron Man.
Cap in Civil War the movie.
that captain was not right.
I don't know.
I
It's not about, it's not about who's right. It's about
Getting
who
mad
looks the
already.
best.
So
who's the
He was
coolest
not
hero.
right.
He wasn't right.
He wasn't right.
He was
He
doing
tried
the
to be too
illegal
good.
thing, so that's not right.
Did
True.
you? And well, Civil War 2, Captain Marvel or Iron Man? Who's right? Captain Marvel's a dick in that, by the way. Just
Is she? Oh, I didn't know.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, Captain America's right. Like, he's so much better in the. And this might be controversial, but he's so much better in the movies than he is in the comic. Like
And
in
he's
the
not even
comic,
that
he's
good in
lame. In the film, he's awesome.
I don't like Captain America so
Sorry
much.
to shit you
I
out.
hate him so much.
Are you a Bucky fan?
No,
No.
That's the I don't like Bucky, and then
Bucky's badass. When he's the Winter Soldier in the movie, he's pretty cool.
yeah.
Captain America, boring Boring character.
Boring character.
Yeah.
Bucky, what can I say?
Yeah, and then like he does all of this wrong stuff in Civil War just because he's like, Bucky's my friend. I'm like, yeah, but Iron Man's your friend too. And then I'm getting so mad. Yeah, Bucky. Yeah, no.
Just wish the Hulk would kick
No,
the shit out
no,
of both
no
of them, to be
Captain
honest.
America.
Let's be fair.
No, Captain
Hulk's a bit of a wuss.
Hulk's the best out of all of them.
Hulk
Who are you
is
talking
the
about?
best. He's
He
great.
needs another movie.
He
Ed
needs his own
Norton's
movie.
movie was awesome.
Who?
I don't
What?
care what you say.
What are we talking about?
The Hulk.
Oh, yeah, the Hulk's actually my favourite.
Ant-Man was the star, you just couldn't see him. Oh.
Rip.
Well, he's going to be. They reckon in the new movie he's going to be the one that can go because the quantum realm takes you to all different places and shit. So he's going to go to alternative universes through the quantum realm.
Oh,
Mm.
Just that little
cool.
Nice.
Well, that's the theory anyway.
So how you going, Gav? What's going on
Oh God,
This is-
Sal Chan, leave the
another
chat
bunny.
right now.
What do you say?
Just go. Take your stuff and
Team
get out of
Edward or
here.
Jacob?
This was back in the news
Yeah.
today,
Because
Twilight.
Sal Chan has
No.
just said Team Edward or Jacob.
Neither.
Whoever isn't the
thanks.
pale one.
So
Because
Jacob.
I'm already
Whoever
really pale.
watches that shit should.
All I know is
go
there's one
away.
pale guy and one not pale guy.
Can we get a ban?
Yeah.
Can we get a ban? Are we allowed to ban?
Team Edward. We've got an Edward fan over here.
It's all about werewolves. Come on.
If you pick one side, you're banned.
Robert Pattinson has said he would make another movie, so...
No, he wanted. I'm pretty sure he said he wanted to kill himself
Yeah,
after
he
last movie.
trashes every interview and now he's like, oh no, I guess I'll do
Oh
another
yeah, because
movie.
I guess I'll
Because he's not getting any other
guess
work,
I-
so
yeah,
he needs
exactly.
money.
Yeah, when you haven't had a job for 2 years, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll do anything, man.
Pretty much.
Strike
one.
one, wink face, NBTVee.
How many strikes did they get?
One.
One.
Just one.
That's it.
Undisclosed, so don't get any more. Or maybe you should get more.
So what's everybody's biggest like the what's the, oh, I think I know the answer to this. What's the game that everybody's looking forward to the most then at the moment? Should we go?
Oh, is there
Go
even a
on,
game?
yeah,
Right.
I didn't
No,
think
start from
about
that side because I can't even think.
I just said, you start.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh jeez. I don't know. Like I'm quite excited about Red Dead, but like I just think that it might be too big. Do you know, like when there's a game like the Assassin's Creed, for instance. Right?
I didn't play the one before it, Origins, because it was so big. I didn't finish it.
Yeah, well, no, I started playing it, but there's just two, like, and also in between the story missions, sometimes you've got like 10 levels before you can continue the story. So you're just grinding, like, and it's just, and I worry about that with Red Dead. There's going to be so much to do, and it's so realistic, and there's so much upkeep. Like, you can get fat, you grow a beard, you have to hunt.
Sounds
to
like
live,
San Andreas
you
again.
have to
That's
get
good as.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't like. I don't know. Like, I think there is some of that in San Andreas, but like, it's not
Yeah.
overkill, and I
Yeah.
just worry that there
hope
might be
it's not,
too much.
yeah.
So, but I'm
I
quite
feel ya.
excited for that. I reckon.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
What about you, Gavin?
I'm always excited for Smash, because Smash is one of the games that just, you're gonna get too many hours out of it and all that sort of stuff. But like single player games, Cyberpunk
Oh yes.
is looking
Oh,
absolutely
yes.
insane.
The 44-minute demo. Come on, boys. Come on.
Actually, I only watched 10 minutes of it because I got too excited.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
didn't watch
wanna-
much.
What do you mean?
I don't want it to be spoiled for me.
Yeah.
But actually, to be honest, the game that I'm looking forward to the most is Metroid 4, even though they've just announced basically nothing and just announced the game that is coming out. It's just got me so excited that they've decided to finally make another sort of Metroid game and just absolutely loved them. What are you talking?
Last of Us.
Oh, the second one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so devoted to that storyline.
Yes.
I need to know. I'm over at this camera now.
Is Joel dead?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because the trailer kind of could have gone either way. Like,
I
are
don't
you
know.
seeing?
I don't think he's dead. I think it's too obvious. Neil Druckmann's too smart for that. Like, he's definitely not going to be dead. But I reckon that there'll be some conflict between Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
Joel and Ellie, that's right.
Yeah.
But did you seen the gameplay, man? Like how organic it is. Like,
And you can hide
when
under
they-
cars now. Like, there's just so many other elements. That it's
And it's
good.
just the different ways you attack people and stuff.
Yeah.
And like you can like when you're getting a bloody pickaxe or hammer swung at you, like you react in a different way, and the arrows stay in her, and she has to pull them out.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
cool.
grim as fuck.
The thing
but
is that
awesome.
you see that on almost every E3, and then down the line, there's going to be cuts, and
That'll
it
be like
happens
the only sequence of the game where that happens.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just it's just like that.
Graphical downgrades.
Things
Even
like that
with
happen.
Spider-Man, people were cracking the shit, being like, "Oh, Spider-Man, visual downgrade, all this other sort of stuff."
Yeah, but they still, they did.
It didn't, but it's still downgraded, and that's.
It was a lot more crisp.
Yeah.
But they didn't lose it. They didn't cut any content. Like they made the game they wanted to make, and Sony gave them the room to make the game they wanted to make, which is what I thought was awesome about it.
But the fact for the people was that they still cut content.
They didn't cut content. They just made it look different. They made.
You ran into a tree before as well. It's just stupid.
The engine couldn't.
No thanks. You want popcorn?
The engine couldn't handle the graphics that they originally tried to do, so they had to cut back on the rendering, I guess. But I honestly don't think that Naughty Dog are going to take their sweet time. Like, I mean, that is their flagship game. Like, they're not gonna now that Uncharted's finished. You know.
I heard rumors that maybe in this one, animals could also be infected.
Yeah.
Because there was,
that as well,
I think there was a scene where it was like you go to a close up of a tree and there's like a bear scratch marking on the tree.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe or are all the animals infected too, which would just be like a whole other element to the game, which would be really cool.
Well, there's some really old concept art as well of these, like, so it's been like 10 years or something, so the infected are like completely different, they've evolved in different ways. Like there's some really old concept art of like, I don't know, there's an old movie called The Thing, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like it's like weird tentacles and shit and people's heads splitting open and all sorts.
Didn't they try to remake that?
They did a prequel, it wasn't a remake.
Yeah, it's not.
It was good though. No, it was good though. I'm just going to tell you why. Because what they do is they show in the thing from 1980 something. You see them go back to the Norwegian outpost, and they walk through the outpost, and you see the story unfold. Like somebody's tried to escape here, and there's a guy in a room that's cut his wrists, and a guy with an axe in his face, and all sorts of shit. And in the prequel, you see what happened, and it goes step by step and shows you everything and how it happened that they show you.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So you see like why the guy cut his wrists, and you see how the guy got an axe in his face. It's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It was an inferior movie, but it was still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just cool if you're a fan of the series. One of those ones.
Run over. I mean, there was a PC game as well, which was pretty awesome.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh
really
nice. There you go.
There's a PC game.
Wait.
Thing?
Yep. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds familiar now.
Oh no way.
It's pretty cool. Oh my god, little zombies.
Little zombie things.
Can I just ask, who here is excited for Halloween? Does anybody dig Halloween?
I'm excited for all the streamers that have been like just doing horror games. I love it.
So I was going to segue into something else, like all the like online games for Halloween, like they're obviously
Halloween
doing
events.
some cool
Oh
shit.
yeah, Overwatch will have a good event.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
yes.
what are you guys most excited for with the
Overwatch probably.
Yeah.
Halloween shiz?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I think Overwatch is the only game that I play that does events.
No Fortnite. What about stream? Anybody in stream excited for anything in the chat?
I know one of my favorite streamers. He does a whole bunch of Spooktober games, and it's just I love it. Just watching him either be scared or not be scared of stupid things is the greatest.
I think maybe we should do a theme at the end of the month for like a horror game. Like
I'm the
like
worst
Dead
at
by
playing
Daylight.
horror
The
games.
scariest one I played is
Something like
Amnesia.
That's
The
That's-
classic.
Yeah.
that's one good.
That's the classic one.
So scary.
I'm so bad at playing them. Like I can watch a scary movie and not like shit myself, but as soon as I start playing a scary game, I just like
Too much.
yeah, every
What's
corner's
that?
just like I hope I don't die.
And
Yeah.
this is what we're talking about. I was saying before, like I haven't completed Alien Isolation yet because it's just too scary.
Creeps you out.
Yeah, like,
It's a bit
and-
full on.
Yeah, it is probably full on. But I really want to complete it. I play it for 20 minutes and I get so anxious that I'm just like.
Too
What was
much.
that other game? Outlast or whatever it is.
Oh, Outlast.
And
yeah.
there's two of them?
Yeah, because I've been.
I haven't played the first one. I bought it because I was like, this is great. It's going to be a great game. And then I just got too scared. Couldn't finish it. It's
That's actually a good
basically
idea.
it.
So for Halloween, we play a really scary game.
Yeah, let's do that.
But I don't
That's
play.
good. We can
Because
even
Just get everyone
incorporate some,
scared on the stream.
incorporate some multiplayer.
Yeah, turn the
just
lights
so
down,
some
exactly.
viewers want to play as well and watch it.
Oh. I
So-
think we're supposed to be good at this.
Yes,
All
Gab.
you do is die.
Thought you were supposed to be good at this.
I
trying so hard.
I think we found the one game that Gab's kind of average at.
Oh.
Kind of average. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, it was intended as a compliment.
So Taylah, will you be doing any like Halloween themed shows or anything like that?
Well, at work we're currently doing, or like we just released that we're doing like a game-themed Halloween costume event, really.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And so I'm like planning what I'm gonna do.
Oh, what are you thinking?
Well, the theme is supposed to be video games, and right now, like one of the main video games I'm playing is Fortnite. So I was like, I'll just do a skin from that. And there's like so many cool props you can get online. So you can get like all the axes like as toys. And stuff.
Wow!
So I'm just
Oh,
gonna get
nice.
a bunch of axes.
Well, that
I'm
makes
like-
it easy.
Yeah, I'm like just buy it all.
I just saw on IGN somebody's got like a real Genji sword, like it's all it glows and stuff.
Oh, they've
It's so
released one,
cool.
I think.
It's amazing.
But there's like a YouTube channel that makes all those video game weapons, and they actually went and forged one themselves from scratch, like a Genji
I
sword.
think I've seen
Yeah.
that. Yeah, they're like actually,
They're
forge all
actual
of the
blacksmiths,
weapons.
and they go and like make these video game weapons. And
That's
Oh, they've
stuff.
done heaps like that as
Yeah.
well. We
Yeah.
did the Buster Sword or
Yeah,
Sword
yeah.
from
It's all
Final Fantasy.
kind of usable as well.
So Sylvanas has asked that can we all dress up for Halloween and play a scary game?
Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, I'll do
We
that.
can
That
play a
is so
scary
good.
game.
I think we can do it.
Dead
Who wants to see me in a tutu?
Shell has also
fucking
voted for
scary.
Dead by Daylight. Have you played that?
Dead by Daylight, yeah.
Is
Is that scary?
Oh,
That-
I'm good. Thank
It
you.
is scary. It's
I'll
the
take
scariness
it off
more
you,
comes
wait.
from the other players because there's one person kind of like hunting you down
Thank you.
and
So that's
terrorizing
multiplayer,
you,
yeah.
and that's where the scary aspect kind of comes from.
Isn't that the one where they did like Michael Myers and all of that shit in it? Like, where you
That's
could do-
another one. I think that one's called Friday the 13th.
Oh, that is a
But
specific
it's
one.
basically the same game.
Yep.
The developers have just tried really
I
hard.
heard
not
that
to
was
make it
buggy
the
as
same.
shit when it came out. though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely is. I think
It
it's
is
better.
the same
than
one I'm thinking of Friday 13th, yeah?
Wait, this is the one where
Yeah,
you play as
Friday-
Jason and then you play as a bunch of the other ones.
That's
and you have
Friday
to
the
hunt?
13th.
You can
Yeah.
you can lift them up onto hooks.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
shit.
that looks so cool, and I really
And
wanted to get
the
it.
developers have stopped developing it. They've like
The Friday the
abandoned the
13th,
game.
yeah, but
They've
Dead by
abandoned the
Dead
game.
by Daylight is still
Yeah.
going,
I
yeah.
think it's really popular on Twitch as well, so it's always a good crack. So you were saying that Taylor, you're saying you really wanted to play it. So do you reckon you will? You can maybe come on the Halloween stream and
Ooh,
play
that'd be
Dead by
cool.
Daylight.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, when it came out, I was like to everyone, I was like, we have to get it, we'll play it, and it'll be really fun. And then everyone was like, nah.
Same thing happened to us, yeah.
We'll
It really-
play
it
I
released
think-
really
I
buggy
think we've
though,
got
so
a
I can
commitment there.
understand
We'll
why.
play some Dead by Daylight on the stream. You can wear your Fortnite outfit.
I already said, oh, I'll come with my axe. That would be great.
Gav's gonna wear a tutu.
I like a good tutu.
Confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed.
Wouldn't be the first time I've worn a tutu.
It's true.
Very true.
This is
Oh, I
the
don't wanna
only
know
boss
what you
that's
did
not
the week
I was about to
mate.
say this is the first non-bunny boss. This looks not boring as shit.
You're gonna punch it.
No.
This looks
Nice.
not boring as shit. You got something against bunnies?
I just annoying when you fight 3 in a row. I think I'm
Why
like the same as you. I think I hate the bunnies.
Why's your
I hate
hat?
the
different-
bunnies.
Yeah,
Why's your outfit a different colour? Is there a reason?
he's got a different
Oh,
hat.
you can
It's got a
change it.
captain hat.
Oh.
You can change it.
I thought that was
I'm
a-
gonna
I
wear a
thought-
sombrero later.
I thought there was reasons.
Is there really a sombrero?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, what's chat saying?
Chat is quiet.
Chat's quiet.
The
Come
last
on,
thing
give
they
us some-
said
give
was
us some
Dead by
life.
Daylight.
Ask me
by
some
Daylight.
questions. Tell me how bad I am at the game.
10.
How frustrated are you watching him play? Or he's actually okay?
No, he's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
He's not
I
okay
think
at all.
Everyone hyped you up as like this really amazing guy at games.
No.
You
Nah.
come in and you just
No.
die, and I'm like, oh, okay.
He's only good at games
Fair
that he's been playing at home on his own
For about like
6
40
months.
So he
hours.
gets
Like,
really
yeah.
good at it.
Yeah.
He finds out what games we're going to play like 6 months before and then goes and beats them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's this boss all about? Where's he come from? I thought it was only bunnies. I thought bunnies were the thing.
Pissed off Aztec dude.
Alright, okay, fair play.
I'm pretty sure that's the actual boss's name.
Pissed off.
Pissed off Aztec dude.
Yeah.
Pissed off Aztec.
Punch him straight in his own face.
Oh, he's deflecting you. He's got
Input
good ass defense.
lag.
Oh.
There we go. The magic 3 rule, that's a thing in every single
3,
game.
Yeah.
or if they don't, then it's 5.
Yeah. 5. Yeah.
And now you
Or
get
it's
3
helpful.
moons.
Yeah, 3 moons. There you go.
It's the magic 3 rule.
You got
I watched this
666
video the other
coins.
day
You're a devil.
of this game saying how people claim this to be like an incredible masterpiece, and this guy had an hour, pretty much a video essay of like breaking down the whole entire game, saying why it isn't and why it is still an amazingly great game. But that kind of goes to show that even if you are a developer and you're trying to make a game accessible to everyone, you are not going to please everyone,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the
It's like
inevitable
impossible.
sort of
Yeah.
truth. about game development that it's harsh, but it's also, you know.
Have you found that at work?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like release a game and everyone's like, yeah, we love it, it's so great. And then you get people who are just like, no, it's so bad. I'm like, but why? Like, so there's just different people that do like different styles. I mean, we just released an AR game, and it's like robot fighting, and you do it in like on the table, and you see it and everything, and it's really cool.
Adam showed us that when he was
Yeah.
Oh, he took it. It's really great. And then it's
it's a good game.
Lots of
Looked
people
cool.
really liked it, and then other people were like, well, I don't, because it's semi-controllable fighting, so you can you just fight, and then like they will automatically fight, and then you can use special abilities. But then people are like, well, it's, you know, you're not really fighting. But then other people are like, yeah, we love it. So it's like
Mixed bag.
It's so hard to please everyone. Everyone's
of
gonna
course.
like different things.
Tara, want to try some fishing?
Oh, yeah, okay. How do I fish?
I think
Press
Y.
Y to
press Y.
lower and
Usually you
raise
can
and-
flick the stick when it wants you to do things like this, and it's a lot more
You can see-
enjoyable.
You can see the fishes. Where you get the fishes?
Oh, there are actual fish?
There's fishes.
Where?
You can see it's like there's one like.
Oh!
I thought you were
Holy
trying to,
shit,
I thought you were
if
trying,
they're
Oh,
invisible or
I thought you were trying
something.
to catch the pink things.
So did
The
I.
big one. The big one has a moon in it.
Oh
Where'd he
mate,
go?
I reckon on stream next game, fishing
It was.
simulator.
You can't
Let's
see
do
it
it.
anymore.
Oh,
Now let's go Euro
There it is.
truck.
Right
Oh,
below you.
let's drive a truck
Right
for
below
3
you.
hours straight and get nowhere.
Other side. Left, right.
So
up.
we went to
Forward.
PAX. We went to
I
PAX last year, and they had a PlayStation headset there. So my mate went in, and they queued for like 40 minutes to get on it, and he got to play the game with like the machine gun, like where you're popping out from behind. You're fighting terrorists on the
okay.
bridge, and then his mate got sent over to the fishing, the VR fishing, and he was just like, "Oh, what, can I go?" And they're like, "No." So he had to play VR fishing for 25 minutes, which he absolutely loved.
okay, so I'm trying.
Yeah, that sounds.
I'm trying to get
It
these.
was shit.
Yeah.
as
So
well.
I think you gotta like let the fish kind of like nibble.
Yeah, it's
at
like
it,
Animal
and
Crossing.
It's like an actual
I love Animal
How
Crossing.
good was that game?
You know they're bringing
but
it
now
back.
It's a new one on Switch.
They're bringing it
Yeah,
back.
now
So
they've
excited.
announced it. Yeah.
Oh, it's nibbling. I can
You
feel
didn't-
it.
Just wait for it
Do
to do a
it
big
now.
nibble.
Oh.
Just wait.
Do you guys, are the other
Pig
big-
nibble.
Oh, oh my goodness, you're rubbish at this.
I'm rubbish at trying to catch
Alright,
invisible
fish.
fish.
Oh, they keep talking
Yeah, they're
about
really
this
hard.
great person who's great at games, and then look at
And
that.
then you
And now
can't.
you're not
even fish.
You're not even fishing in the water. Like, but what are you
Yeah.
doing? So the other big release on
Alright, I'm
Switch
gonna
is
get
going
this
to be obviously the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Yep.
Does anybody like a bit of Pokemon?
I'm indifferent about those. I don't really play Pokemon myself.
You look a bit like Ash. I thought you would have enjoyed a little.
Oh,
bit
nice.
bit of
Doesn't he?
Pokemon.
Isn't he like ageless? Doesn't he just stay like 13 the whole time?
Yeah, there's some really dark theories about that.
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
isn't there?
yeah. I've seen those theories.
Come on. I'm trying to bait him and he just doesn't. He doesn't
I've
want
always
it.
thought you looked a bit like a Misty, so.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, maybe at the
Take it.
weekends.
Look at
A
it.
bearded Misty. There's that
It's
there's
yummy.
that guy, that cosplayer that's a dude, isn't it? He's called I think he's called like the bearded guy or something, and he does like a really like a gender bent
Yeah,
Misty.
gender bent Misty.
Oh, I
yeah.
could have.
I reckon I
Yeah,
could do
flick
it. I
it-
reckon I could do
flick it
it.
forward.
I could be my
Flick it
niche.
forward.
Why
like
don't
this.
you on Halloween dress up as
I'm gonna get
Misty,
this
I'm
guy.
not doing
and
that.
then I'll dress up in a tutu.
No.
Come on,
And
my
then
precious.
Jack can tell us.
Because that's
Jack can tell us who's got the better
no,
outfit.
because that's a whole different type of stream. Like, I'm not sure that would meet.
Yeah,
the
it's the
Twitch
next type of
requirements.
stream, and a few Thursdays away.
Late night showing.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
No.
Ah, damn it.
No.
All right,
Do you-
I'm overfishing here.
Fishing.
Thanks.
That's it. Who else can fish? And you're a good fisher.
No, but
Do we have to get all the
Once in real
fish, or can we?
We need to get the big fish to get the big moon.
You got
Okay.
the wrong fish.
Damn.
You got one of the
where's
little
this
ones.
fish? Where's the big one?
How
What do
does
you reckon?
how does Captain Swift know Sylvanas? They buds.
Oh, that's cute.
Are you stalking me?
I don't know
That's
how.
not cute.
We are playing Mario, so you know, like he's stalking Princess Peach.
It's a lot of stalking.
Bowser and Peach just want to get married in peace, but Mario's like, oh, I'm
think-
gonna find moons and then come.
Yeah.
That's my theory. Yeah, we're all like, no, Bowser's taking Peach, but I think it's the other way around. Mario's ruining everything.
Bowser's trying to get away from Peach, and Peach is just like, Bowser, we're gonna get married. And he's like, no, I'm not ready, man. And she's just like, come on, you dick, we've been together for 10 years now. It's time.
Oh, the fishing sucks.
Just pretend you're kidnapping me. Mario won't know.
Yeah, come on, fish. Fishing's easy.
I never said it was.
Have we had enough fishing now, maybe?
Oh
I
no, no, we
reckon we
have to
have.
get
We have to
fish.
get
That's
the
the wrong
fish.
fish.
I know,
Fishing
that's
is
the
a
one
little bit
behind it that I
dull.
want.
Taylah,
I love
Taylah,
watching the fishing.
can you just fix the fishing for us?
Here we go. Come on.
And stop moving. You got it.
Is it nibbling?
That was a nibble.
Nibble, nibble.
Come over here.
That bird is just.
The other one wants it. No, stop.
Why don't you
yours.
get the one that's coming for it?
Oh.
Oh, it was.
Just let it. Just patience.
Nibble,
It's all
nibble.
about- it's all-
I was just trying to get away from the other one,
it's all
trying to
about-
steal
all
it.
about the fish.
He is not interested.
He doesn't
No.
give a shit.
He
He
doesn't
doesn't.
Take my
care.
shit.
Have you put any bait on the end of it? That might be the problem.
It's just a hook.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe Lakitu's just looking at them really weird.
Hoist him up.
Swifty's been invited
No, you
to
can't.
Bali. Not sure how his wife will feel about that, but never mind.
Come over in 2 weeks if you want.
We know what happened last time you went to Bali. Came back married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he'd known her a while.
All right. Fishing's boring. Next.
Yeah, let's do something else.
All right. I don't know.
Unless
what
you're
to
like
do.
extremely devoted to.
I really want to get this fish.
Come on, do it. Get it.
Well, I know. I
Let
don't know how
Taylah
to-
get it.
I'm not good at fishing. I didn't actually fish in this game. I didn't know there was fishing.
Oh, so you missed stuff.
I missed stuff, and it's making me
How
sad.
do I not be this man? Oh, that's
Gotta
right.
get that OCD
Cool.
fix. Just get those moons. There's something like over. I think there's 1,000 moons in this game you have to collect, and if you play that 3-second animation, it works out to about, I think it's 17 minutes of you just watching the same animation over time.
Nice.
This is
Oh,
ridiculous.
you're really selling this game to me. I really want to go home and play
Oh, well,
this.
you're into bad. Well,
Oh,
into.
dude, come on.
Mate,
Good
if
games.
anybody, if look,
Why is
one of the first things you learn as a child is don't touch the cactus.
Fish there.
Yeah,
There's a
what do you
fish.
want me to do?
Stomp him.
Get
stomp
him.
How do you stomp?
Just
Jump and
jump
trigger.
on those two.
Okay.
Aiden, play the game.
Oh, that poor fish.
Oh my goodness.
You wanna?
I don't think it's
You
gonna.
wanna-
Do you want to hit the fish, maybe?
He hasn't hit the.
Aiden.
Oh my god.
And there's a cactus there. You should make friends with it.
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
do
that
anything.
doesn't
Nah, it
anything.
doesn't like it.
How are the
Is it-
fish
hey,
swimming
look
in the
up in
sand?
The air. Are they flying? Is that a shadow of something? No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
This is a very strange place.
No,
Well,
it
you're
doesn't
collecting moons and travelling to different planets. Like
No, different
I think
kingdoms.
the fish is
Kingdoms.
probably the least weird
Least
thing
bizarre
about
thing.
this place.
This place is just desert.
So I have a
Alex?
question. Do you hate
I don't
every
know what
good
I'm
game?
doing.
So does that mean every
No.
game you play is a bad game?
Just don't like games on Switch. I think, to be fair.
Oh, you're missing out.
And you're gonna go buy
Honestly,
one so you
I'm
can
gonna
play
buy
it.
that.
I'm gonna buy it for Zelda. That's the only reason to buy any Nintendo console. Or if they've got a Resident Evil game on there, like the Nintendo GameCube did. It was the only console to have Resident Evil 0
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, at the time, yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And then they re-released
with
it.
the little
See?
diddy discs.
Is there a
It's
map?
like a disc for small people.
How do I open the map?
The micro disc. I remember
Where's
when
my
they
minus
first
one?
announced that, and everyone's like, "What? Why don't you just go the classic normal disc and
Yeah.
put more memory on it?" And they're just like,
And it's
no.
like, and it was like, oh look, it's a console
Do
you
we
can carry
have to
around
get
to your
that
friend's house, and you're like, oh no, it's alright. I want to leave my console at home, thanks.
Yeah.
Do we have to get that stupid fishing moon?
No, you can get
There's so many
Any
moons
moons.
there. You just-
Where's another moon? I don't know this game.
everywhere. That is the thing. This game hides moons
Alright. So
like everywhere.
how do you get in there?
You just gotta be good at the game.
What does F stand for?
So being good at this game requires you to like know what you can actually do? Don't know that.
I thought you played Call of Duty.
No,
Let's have the respect.
no. I don't like Call of Duty.
Okay, what's your top 5 games then?
Do you like anything?
Dark Souls is probably one. The Last of Us. Do you want it in order? Like,
No,
I don't know
just-
that I can do it in order.
Nah, order's too hard. I agree. With that.
Alphabetical order?
Nah,
Alphabetical order.
it's too late. I haven't had enough Red Bull to do that. Yeah,
Plant
so
it.
so
Oh, we'll
probably
just destroy it.
probably
What
the
does this
first
do?
Dark
You can run around and
Souls,
find a plant, like a pot plant.
The
thing.
Last of Us.
Ah. This
Uh,
could be
Ze-
a long time
Event
of walking with this thing.
Horizon Dawn,
Oh, yeah.
Horizon Dawn, Horizon Zero, whatever. Can't, stupid name. Great game.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
This
doesn't sound like I need to be here.
So essentially anything
Res-
you can,
Oh,
anything
you wait for a
can
bus?
shoot in.
Resident Evil 4 was pretty decent. The original Resident Evil remake was really good. Oh no, this is the weird city. With the-
This
Do it.
reminds me of
the-
64.
Do it.
You can jump in the paintings and shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I thought you couldn't do that until you've been to all of the planets.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I guess not.
Maybe.
Maybe this. I don't know. I did click new game, so it's definitely a new game.
I think it's weird if you can go through them without going there in like order, because then it's like you're just jumping ahead and you're missing so much stuff.
Yeah, I think Oh, actually, no. You need to go back to every single other kingdom because you have to collect parts or things to get to the wedding or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta like, because he's like
You gotta
stolen
move.
everything.
Yeah.
When
So-
you really wanted a star.
Yeah.
So that's about all I can
Hey,
do.
you get
here.
stars in this game.
That's.
There you go.
I don't think I can do anything with
Spoilers.
that.
Oh, okay, so you can't actually go to any of the other parts of it.
I think this is all I can do.
Oh yeah, no, it's an
Yeah.
isolated part just
all
to
I
get
can
like
do,
a
yeah.
moon.
Oh.
But it's a moon for the other kingdom, so
It's not even
Oh.
right
you
now.
didn't even need.
That's
it right
not
now.
helpful.
Fucking Mario.
Fucking.
Alrighty.
There's so
Oh, I
many
can
good
skip that.
releases for the Switch. So many good releases.
So, what should people be watching out for from Playside? Is there any? Are you allowed to talk about anything? You got anything cool in the work? Any dates that people should watch out for?
Nothing that I can talk about. No, we're doing an update for our AR Dragon game.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the new augmented reality kit from Apple came out, which allows you to do a lot of different stuff. I mean, originally you could just sort of
Been
look
here.
through your camera
Yeah.
and you'll see the thing.
Yep.
And then now you can look through your camera and see the thing, and then your friend can also do it and you see the same thing. So you can do like
That's
LAN
awesome.
multiplayer and stuff like that. So that's, I mean, yeah, we're doing an update for that, which will be cool.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Other things, I mean,
Dragons as well in any game are a massive
and they're so
plus
cute.
from me.
We have like baby dragons, so
Wait,
you
what?
like you look after like your little baby dragon, you feed it and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is
That's
it
like
is it like a Tamagotchi?
It's like a
Yeah.
Tamagotchi, but
Sold.
so cute.
I'll take 2.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so they're really cute, and you train them, and they can fly and stuff, and then they grow older. Oh, yeah, you need to get out.
Oh,
I can't jump.
So is developing AR for you guys a new thing, or have you been doing it for a while?
No, this is the AR robot game that we released is actually only our second one.
Yep.
We've done a few like in-game, so we did Dumb Ways to Die 3 that had some AR games in it, but it wasn't like just AR.
Yeah.
Was that connected to the like the campaign that's in the train stations
Yeah.
and stuff? Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we did, there was the original one, and then that's where the campaign
No.
came from, and we did some of the sequels for it.
They were fun games.
They were fun, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're really cool. In that, we have some augmented reality, so you're playing a mini game like on a castle that's in your living room, and you play with it and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Besides that, we're making a few VR games, but none that I can talk about.
Yeah.
But really exciting.
Yeah, because
Cool.
I know for a fact that because VR is a new and up and rising sort of thing, so I know the development tools and everything for that is actually quite new. So
shit.
you must find that it's a more lengthier process developing something like that.
Yeah.
Than, yeah.
Especially with the new AR kit too. So we did just did AR robot, and we had some of our programmers coming into issues, and usually when you come to an issue, what do you do first?
Oh
you
my
Google
goodness.
it.
Yeah.
And so nothing was on Google. 'cause
couldn't
I
get
had
Yeah,
it
it
that's
released.
the exact thing because no one has really, well, not no one has done it, but
Not enough people
not
have
enough
done
people
it.
have done it to encounter an issue
Yeah.
and all that other sort of stuff. So I was really curious in seeing how much longer you think that something like that would take to build.
Yeah. So it's
And does that also impact on creativity when it comes to making a game like that? So like limitations?
not too much. There's basically what we do is we get Apple goes, this is all the features that we're putting in our new like kit, and we just want to take some of those. So usually they're only a few major features.
Yeah.
So in the most recent one, you have obviously LAN that you can do together, and then there's also placement things, so you can sort of save your area. For example, if you make like a little cubby house or something, then you can save it and then come back to it later. And then so the Lego has this, you can build this Lego thing, and then you can save it, come back to it later. So there's usually 2 major features, and we want to make our creative decisions based on that. So
Yeah.
whatever's the most popular, what's coming out now. But yeah.
So yeah, that also have to do with a bit of pre-planning as well, what you think will be the next sort of big hit or the big sort of feature
Yeah.
as well. So do you guys look at that pretty often, like what the next sort of step should be while you're developing the next thing?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely. So everyone that works at Playside, we're all gamers, so we all
Yeah.
play mobile games. We all play.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, is it more about like just Q&A and like
Yeah.
kind of what's fun and what's
It's like,
not,
what would we like? What do we want to see? Because we
Yeah.
are all gamers, so we all know sort of what is popular, what doesn't work. We've seen it in other games
Oh,
before.
mate, come
Yeah.
on.
What happened?
I have no idea.
Aiden, can you even get up?
Can
on
we
the
get a
desk?
ban in
No.
the room for bad players? Shit, man. I haven't played any tonight, so like it's like the popcorn and the kettle black. Let's be fair.
Nah, you're gonna pick up the controllers and throw his feet. Nah, bad game.
Bad game. We don't like it.
Bad game.
Bad game, bad game. Yeah, like I think that's it. Like I think that they're probably the most enjoyable games though, right? Get like
What the
games made
shit?
by gamers for gamers. I know that sounds
Yeah.
really cliche
Yeah.
as well, but you can always tell when somebody like
What?
you know, like my best example is probably The Last of Us as
Why
well.
is it
Like
so
Neil
stupid?
Druckmann like absolutely lived that game and
Yeah.
like bled that for like 3 years, and it's like it's the same. Like
Controlling it
people,
with this thing,
if you
and it's
enjoy
really
it,
Look at the
then
sun.
gamers are gonna like.
If I can even get my hand to point there.
Well, no,
You can use your.
You're not
you can
supposed to look directly at the sun. Just FYI.
Don't look at something.
no, zoom up on it. Zoom up
Don't
on
look
it.
at the sun.
Zoom up on it.
Y button. I can't. I move this thing and it takes me away.
Oh well, God, what's happening? I'm getting motion sickness.
Yeah, because it's using two controls at the same
I
time.
thought to do this like Super Mario 64 where you look up at the sun and then you go into the separate
And then
world.
Mario's blind forever and it's game over.
What's the get
Real
out
life
of this thing
consequences,
button?
lessons learned.
Back to the whole sort
Okay.
of developing, you know, because you like gamers obviously want to develop games that you enjoy, and I find that's definitely a thing that a lot of other bigger companies sort of are kind of missing out on now. Because I know me, because I do a whole bunch of music production and everything like that, and I write music and stuff for myself. So it would be the same for making, where you want to make something that you're happy with.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to play it and you're not happy with it, why would anyone
Yeah.
else want to play it?
Absolutely, and we see that halfway through, like not halfway through. Most of the time during development, we're playing the game, and because we do enjoy games, we can see pretty straight away, like if we're not enjoying it.
Yeah.
We're like, hang on, this isn't working. I wouldn't go home and play it. And then we obviously fix that and see what's a better way to go about what we want for the game. And some of the games we make are really hyper casual, so you see like really addictive. And I would go home and I'd be playing it all week, and then I'd be like, okay, guys, it's a good game.
Yeah,
We've been playing it.
we've done well.
We've done well. I've been playing it non-stop, so we're onto something.
Yeah.
So it's really obvious to see when we are hitting, what we want, and then obviously when we are missing the mark, we can see that pretty quickly. Straight away, we're like, this is not working.
So for any nerdy people in chat, what do you use to develop with? Is it like, do you develop in Unity or?
Yeah, so we do a bit of, so our company is mostly iOS, but we also do some VR stuff. So for our VR games, we use Unreal, and then for all of our iOS games and our original IPs, we use Unity.
Cool.
So Kami's back in chat and says, came as quickly as I could. I heard someone died in Super Mario Odyssey.
Which time?
Yeah, which time? There's been a lot of deaths.
Mate. And I've said every time Mario loses a life, drink.
Oh, that's dangerous.
We don't even have drink. We've got
you'll be
a
drunk.
bit of water. There's no beer left.
Bit of water.
How's your Red Bull going?
Empty. Sugar free. You got the small one.
Small one.
Oh, come on. Keep it clean. Sylvanus.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue where to go, to be honest with you.
That's what this is for. You're supposed to look around.
See,
spot
but
the
I don't know
moons.
where we have been, because Gavin's done it all.
Funny, but clean. Keep it clean.
Aiden, there's like 99 moons in this, and you can't even find one.
Yeah. That was a shit
Can
joke.
someone help him out? Because
Yeah.
this is
Why don't
getting.
we trade? Somebody else
Oh,
play.
there's a moon. We just. It's fine.
Yeah, I pressed the button.
He's
by
like, what?
accident.
He's
Where?
like, what moon? I don't. But it's also.
Oh my
very
God, are we
far
up here
away.
Hey,
again?
Taylah, why don't you show us how it's
Yeah.
done? Get a few moons for us.
Yeah.
That one right there.
Come
Oh
on.
God.
Let's trade players. Let's trade players.
Trade.
Hey.
Don't
I don't know how
make
to
us
get
don't
there.
make us boo you off. Oh, cheers,
Alright,
man.
well, if someone else wants to play,
I
go
think-
for it.
I've had two.
Well, let's pass this all away. You keep judging it.
Yeah,
Finding
so
out
you
how
go
to play.
for it.
Yeah.
No, no,
Let's
you
get,
have
let's
to
get the
play
master.
now.
I play good games.
You have to
No,
play
I-
now.
Play
Okay.
a bad game.
I'm doing all the talking. You lot.
What
You lot can-
Isn't this
you
game
lot-
for babies though? Is that what you just
Yeah,
said?
that's why I'm not going to play it.
Ah.
I
Give it
didn't
back
say
to
that
the
about
master,
this game, I
Taylah,
said
then.
that.
Oh, Gav's on. The average Gav.
The average Gav. Gav is only average today.
Just today, though.
Just today. See me Tuesday. I'll flex.
So where are we going now?
We got to go collect some more moons so we can go to the next area.
Nice. What is this? What's that dude's special powers?
He can
He-
see.
Sunglasses.
Put some shades on.
Is that it?
Look at that.
Well, why would you kidnap him if he doesn't know anything?
Because you can see things you can't see.
Oh, I see.
Ever seen Sixth Sense?
Yeah. I see bridges. Can he use them? What does the skull mean? Oh, there it is.
So did you always want to work in gaming? Was that, or you just kind of fell into it?
Yeah, so pretty much. I mean, I played games my entire life because I have 3 brothers, so they're all super nerdy, super love games, and I kind of just fell into it because I was like, oh, well, I play it all the time.
Yeah.
And then, where did you just go?
I warped to the main.
Oh.
The main.
Oh,
main
okay.
city.
Oh, well. Yeah, so when I was in high school, I was doing IT and art and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, these subjects, what could I do for a living with them? And it sort of ended up, my IT teacher was like, you're doing so well, you should do this, and then pointed me to the course that I did. I really enjoyed that, and then, yeah, one thing led to another.
As they say.
What course did you do to get into this?
Yeah.
I did a game art and animation course. So I originally wanted to be an animator, and I was like, that'll be so cool, and then didn't end up doing that, which was sad. So now I'm an artist. Oh, I was an artist. Now I'm not doing that anymore, which is sad.
Do you want to do more art stuff or not really?
Probably not.
No.
I think Bax probably talked about this the last time he was on, but it's more of like you do art, and because it's like something that you really enjoy and you want it to be perfect, you kind of have to stop and be like, okay, it needs to go in the game now. So you always want to spend time making it like perfect, and then it's just with the timelines and everything, it's not realistic. So then you end up with a sort of an art that you're not necessarily like super proud of because you're like, I need to fix that, I want to change that.
Yeah.
I think that's like, because I did illustration, and I think that's one of the ways I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do that for a career, because like I'd draw and then I'd get so precious over it that you ruin your own idea. You're kind of like, oh shit, I've overcooked it, sort of thing. Like,
absolutely.
and I know that I think it's like being able to. I think that's the key in like just from illustration is the mark of a good artist. So not a good artist, like somebody who could do it professionally. Is that they can go, cool, that's done. I could be better, but now I've got to move on.
Yeah. And it's so hard to give feedback. So obviously when you're a producer, so I have to give feedback on every aspect of the game. And when I need to tell coders that it needs to change, it's very much like, oh, you just need to make it function differently. And they're like, oh yeah, cool, I'll just change my code. Whereas when you tell an artist, it's more like a passion that you have to be like, this needs to change. And at least when I was an artist, I was very protective. I was like, well, you don't like it? I don't understand.
Yeah.
So it makes it a bit harder.
It's always harder doing work for like, I know you guys are developing, but like for me as well, it's like always harder doing work for a client as well, or like to deliver something, like because you're quite often as well, like I don't know if you just develop for yourself, or if you ever do it like for like, because you have partners involved sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, so we work with people like Disney and Cartoon Network, people like that. We also worked with Skydance in America, and they did a VR game called Archangel. Which is really cool. So you're in mechs and you're fighting each other, and so it is a lot harder to obviously work with clients, because a lot of the clients that we do work with don't play games, or they're not game developers.
Right.
So they have this idea like, we want to do this, and we're like, that's not going to work because it's a game, and that's just not how it works.
You need a game loop as well, don't you? You need something, especially in mobile games. I think we talked about before. You need to keep bringing people back and to hook them really quickly, and sometimes you might have to something that they want to do might not hit all of those buttons for a mobile game. Yeah, exactly. And one of the hardest things for a mobile game is getting retention up. So that they're coming back, they're doing it again. So you've got a cool game, but then you've also got to add like, you can unlock this at this level. So people are like, oh, I can come back and I can get more stuff. And the easiest way to do that is gating it by level. So you need to play it for a certain amount of time to get a certain amount of coins. Yeah. And then you've got to get a certain level, and then that's when you can unlock that gear. But it's absolutely one of the hardest parts about making a mobile game is getting people to want to come back constantly. Yeah, like I think as well, like I've got, at the moment I've got this, it's called Free Blade that I play quite a lot, and it's just like, the gaming loop in that as well is like that, like I can recognise it, like, oh, this is still cool, like it's like you come in every day and you get a chest, something like that. It's mechanics like that I guess, do you implement stuff like that as well?
Yeah, so we have like daily rewards and stuff like that, where you come back every day and you get like say it's out of 7 days, so you come back and you get a cooler thing.
How did you know that?
I just looked at it. I'm just like, there's a bit of hole in the wall there. I'm gonna go have a look, and that's what this game's all about. It's just like provoking that curiosity in a game, and just being like rewarded for doing that.
I didn't even
that looks
see
a bit
that.
odd.
How did you even notice that? Sorry, go on. You were saying.
daily rewards.
Yeah.
So you have like 7 days or something, and if you come back every single day, you get a better thing. And then you've also got stuff like your achievements. So you gotta come and you throw your hat 50 times, and that's an achievement. Yay! So things like that, adding them into the game is getting.
Is there like I don't know, there may not be, but is there oh bloody hell, there's another one. Is there like a next big thing for mobile? You think, like, I know there's AR obviously, like, is there anything in that you guys have, because I don't know, do you go to shows and stuff like similar to PAX or something like that, where, or I don't know, like something like that where they kind of talk about new technologies? Yeah,
I think everyone's really focusing on getting this AR really like good. So I think that's where everything's going to go. I think you in 5 or so years, you're just going to do everything in AR. So you'll have glasses and you'll be able to do basically everything you can do on your phone with the AR kits, but you'll be like wearing them, so you Google something, and that's probably where everything is going to go. That's where people are pushing it for AR, and I don't know how it's going to go, because a lot of people would just still prefer to play a game without having to scan their computer. A lot of the time you have to hold it up here, and then you got to hold it, and it's got to make sense. Whereas sometimes you just want to lie in bed and like hold, play a game above your head.
I think that sometimes though, like, because I know that Microsoft ages ago, like, everybody came out with the VR headsets, and Microsoft's answer to that was their AR technology, but I never really saw that materialise. It's like you'd be in your kitchen and you could see your calendar on the wall, and you could see all this other stuff. But I don't know that I ever saw that materialise. So I know it's nice that that's kind of been adopted into mobile, and kind of like it feels like, you know, like I think one of the big things, wasn't it, was that people realised what it could do was like Pokemon as well, like when they were doing the catching and stuff like that. And you know, now they're doing Harry Potter and all that sort of stuff. So it's really cool to see that, you know, you guys are obviously doing some really cool stuff as well. But yeah, I think that AR technology it does feel like a mobile device thing to me, though. It's much more than a console sort of thing. Yeah, I think it's always going to be mobile, and then to an extent it's going to be this glasses. That's definitely where it's going next.
It'll definitely branch out into other things as well, but that will obviously take time, and then, you know, you got to be careful you don't do sort of like a Nintendo thing where, you know, people, they liked the Wii, but it was after a while they just wanted to sit down and play PlayStation because they didn't want to waggle their stick.
It's like the novelty of it. You want to do it because it's fun and exciting and new, and then you kind of realize, I just rather want to be lazy, and I just don't want to have to put effort into anything that I do.
Don't want to have to go outside and breathe in the fresh air and get exercise.
I think though for the Wii, right, my problem with the Wii was probably that was your only option. Like, your only option was to dance around the room and play tennis and shit like that. Like, if you had games where you could just pick up your normal controller like you can with the Wii, and you can play a game, and then also you could play the cool tennis games where you're bopping around the room and shit like that, then I think that's great. Like, because you've got an option, and I think that I love that Nintendo innovate though. Like, I love that they're doing new things, but like when you try to force something on people, like I think that like they've really hit the mark with this. But for me, this is probably the first console in a while that they've really hit the mark.
And that's because they did give you the option to have these new like Joy-Con controllers which you could do stuff with. But then there was like, here's a normal controller in case you get bored of that, which you will, because it's just a novelty thing.
And that's the thing with that as well, is they also opened up their market to more indie games and more third-party games that have already been out, like Doom and
I think
all that sort of stuff that makes, you know, people who have a PS4 or something like, or people who were like, maybe I should get a Switch. I got a Switch for my kid. I want to play Doom.
That's a bit of that's a trademark though, I think, isn't it? Of like, so for instance, you know, like Microsoft is struggling versus PlayStation, and maybe Nintendo are not struggling, but they're not leading the charge. So what Microsoft has done in response is to buy up a shitload of indie, and it kind of when you're not so much when your back's against the wall, but when you've got it innovate, sometimes that's when the best things come out. And I feel like that's where Nintendo are. Like, they've done something really cool with this. Like, I've seen so many people when Zelda first came out, just on the train, like shooting. Like, we talked about this, didn't we? Like, I think, you know, they're just playing shitloads of Zelda. And they go, oh man, I've got another 2 hours, and you can play it on the train on the way into work or whatever, which is pretty cool. But it's the same with mobile though, right? As well, like, I think you can fill the void with that as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's again, it's really hard. Like I was saying when we were saying with Destiny, when they I think Microsoft realized that they've made a mistake of not having enough titles that just for the Xbox. So what they've done is they've done what you said, but that's just a quick solution to a bigger problem, and it takes so much time to turn around and do something else. Like you probably find that with developing a game as well, where you'll be halfway through it, or even more than that, and you're just like, this is just not working anymore. Scratch the project, go something else, and that could be 3 months more worth of work even. Yeah,
absolutely. A lot of the mentality for our studio is if it's not working, we need to find a way to make it work. Because obviously we are such a small studio. Like 3 months down the drain, it can't really work for us. So we do have to be quite creative in solutions to how to fix things that aren't working. But it happens a lot. It does happen where you're like, this is not exactly how I thought it would work. Obviously when you start a game, you write everything on paper and you're like, ideally this would be fantastic, but that's not really how it ever works. It's always...
it's always a lot harder.
But it is. I think that's it. Do you ever find that on mobile that sometimes you want to do something really cool and there's limitations? Like, do you guys have to think about stuff like battery life and things like? Do different games affect that in mobile?
A lot of our games. It depends how much content you put in. So if you put in if you want to make it look fantastic and you put in heaps of different characters with heaps of different skins, problem is you're either going to have a game that doesn't run because it's going to have really awful frame rate. Or you're going to have a game that does run, but it drains your battery very quickly. And it's trying to find a balance of... Basically everything we do in mobile is pushing the limitations to a point where it's going to be acceptable. So we obviously want to add in a bunch of different content, so many more characters and everything. But then, it does get to a point where you have to cut things in certain places because, your phone does get really hot if you have too much stuff in it, or your battery dies, or your game just does not run.
Which is pretty unfortunate when you have such an ambitious idea, and then down the line you're just like, we're gonna have to do something else.
Scale it back.
It always starts that way where we're like, let's do all of this stuff, and we've just started a new game now, and we're at that point where we're like, let's put every single good idea in. It's gonna be fantastic, and my job basically is to sort of make it a bit more realistic. To be like, okay, what can we do that will still achieve this, that is not going to either blow scope or blow the game. So and make it run and make everyone happy.
Do you in those sorts of games though as well? Can you like add those features later? Like for example, kind of like an expansion pack sort of thing. Like you can kind of go, cool. Well, and this is season blah blah blah.
So you can do updates in mobile games, and you'll see it. Basically, anytime you hit Wi-Fi, or like all of your apps will just start downloading the updates, and things like. Basically, what we say in the game is like, oh, we'll leave it for an update, and that's basically code for it's never going in because we don't like. That's what I say to be like, yep, that's like a really good idea. Let's put it in an update.
Put it in an update.
Which basically
let's put it. My favourite thing in advertising as well is let's put a pin in it and come back to that, and you're like, we're never coming back.
That's the last time we'll ever talk about that. So that's basically. So ideally we want to do a bunch of updates for it, but most of the time our updates just end up being like fixing analytics. So if people are dropping off at a certain point, how do we fix that? Whereas, most of the time we want it to be just content, adding new things, which we do sometimes. We do new characters, new skins and everything like that, but a lot of the time it is addressing basically the drop-offs and fixing the analytics from that.
Can you see, so for example, can you see in your analytics kind of like what the cool parts of the games are that people are spending the most time doing? So when you target like, oh, there's been a drop-off, let's do more of that cool thing that everybody enjoys, or and then let's do less of the stuff that they hate, sort of thing. So
only recently we've started just putting a bunch of analytics in the game. So basically getting as much data as we can from it and seeing what people are enjoying, what people aren't liking. And we have all of that data now. So we can see, it's really interesting, we can see the people that open the app and then the people that go to the first tutorial page. So we can see exactly what point people are getting annoyed at and leaving. And then we can be like, all right, let's fix it.
Dude, come on. But that's cool though.
I tried to clutch it.
Not only does that help you not only does that help you as a company to obviously improve your gameplay loop, but that also makes the game better for the players, right? Because you're knowing what they enjoy. So it's like if you I don't know, like Mario, there was a particular shit bit, and they were just like, right, well, let's do less of the moons and more of the stars, sort of thing.
Yeah, so if we have like 3 mini games.
Still hung up on the moon and
Still
stuff.
hung up on the
moons.
If we have 3 games in.
Hashtag bring back stars.
And we can see exactly like who's playing what, how long are they playing it for, at what points. Yeah, so basically we can see which one's the most popular. And we do the same thing with unlocking characters or content. We usually put a bunch of different ways to unlock things in a game, and then we see who's unlocking from what area. And then we use that for the next game. We're like, okay, everyone loved unlocking stuff like this. Let's do it for the next game. It's just constantly evolving from past games, past data we have.
Yeah, and me as an old school gamer as well, like I was saying, just with this Warhammer game, like where you get to play a Titan and you're shooting shit, like I will spend money on certain parts of the game, but like I think that should be, for me, a lot of it is cosmetic and things like that. Like I don't mind, like it's the same in a PlayStation game. Like I'll buy an expansion if the core game was good, and I'll buy skins if I like the game. Like, and I feel like I think and it's more acceptable in a mobile game. But like for instance, I think on like some games, like Destiny was a big issue because with Destiny, like you paid $60 for the game, then you paid for the expansion. Then you've got the Eververse store, and then they were putting stuff behind a paywall, and you're just like, hang on a minute, like, you guys are making awesome games that are like free to play basically, and then that's how your core gameplay loop and your monetization there is how you make money. So that's acceptable. I think the problem is, and hopefully it doesn't tar everything with the same brush, because it's when people, the big companies like EA and stuff like rely, they're like, oh, we can make some more money here. I think that kind of ruins it for everybody sometimes. Yeah,
I think it's really obvious, especially with Destiny is a good example, or other games when it's so obvious when they've made a full game and then they've basically gone, okay, and here is where we'll put a paywall, and it's it's very obvious when games do that. And as you said, a free-to-play game, sorry, like Fortnite's a great example. Fortnite, you can play the game without spending any money, but you can also spend a lot of money to look different. And I think the most important thing that we do, at least, is that we don't ever, it's never pay to win. So you can play the game, you can enjoy it.
Yes, I'm on board. Yes. No pay to win.
No pay to win. And you can do absolutely everything everyone else can, but...
Can I just pause you for a second? Did he just throw up in a circle?
Is
that what he just
poison.
did? But it
So
looks
he's
like
throwing
he's
up poison.
Throwing up poison. He needs to be checked out by a doctor.
Yeah. Where's this hospital game you were talking about before?
Mate, that's a good one for the stream.
Do you find when it comes to development, do you guys have a hard sort of idea? So I know one popular development technique is that people will, they'll be like, okay, so this is what we want our game to be. If we can't get the core mechanics down in a month, we've got to try something else. Is that something that you guys sort of have in your back pocket, like you have your basic, like a basic
plan?
No, like a structure, like a pure structure for a brand new project.
No, there's none of that. So we don't really have a lot of time to do prototyping phases, and that's kind of what that would be. So you try, this is what we want to do. If not, we have to try something else. Unfortunately, with just the timelines we have, usually we have about 2 months or something.
You just got to get, like, when you're burning money, you just got to get in the market.
You just do it, and then hopefully it'll work.
We'll fix it later.
On the update.
Does it
the
work?
update.
Yes, put it on the App Store.
That's basically gets to a point towards the end of the project where it's like, people are like, oh, all of this stuff's still broken. I'm like, does it crash? No, then ship it.
Yeah, right.
Ali G, thanks for the follow as well. And anybody else watching the stream, don't forget to follow us. And I don't know if anybody has them, but if you comment in there as well, like follow the streamers as well. We all host each other's streams. So feel free to follow those as well. But Ali G, thanks for the follow. Make sure you tune into our shows. It's always Tuesdays and Thursdays. So and we obviously have wonderful guest stars on who talk about all the cool shit that they're doing out in the world, which is always very awesome. So we've got some cool stuff coming up as well in the next sort of few weeks. Action Point. So we just posted your Instagram as well for Action Point.
That would be great. Give us a follow. Thanks, guys.
So anybody new on the stream, do you want to just quickly run down what happens on Action Point? I know we talked about it already, but there might be some newbies in there, some noobs.
Some noobs.
Some noobs.
So the Action Point, we do some weekly videos of all the new stuff that's happened this week, and basically everything you need to know about the nerd culture, comics, cartoons, games especially, we do little quick, just 1-minute videos to catch up all up on everything that happened that week. Other things we do is reviews for games. There's a lot of content on there, especially more stuff coming. So definitely check us a follow.
What's your next review coming up for game? What's the next game you're reviewing?
Next game we're reviewing is Undertale on the Switch.
Yeah. Is that the little mouse? No.
No, it's
No.
just another one.
I know. I saw somebody on IGN playing a game with a little mouse the other day. And I thought
Did you even look at the name or?
No.
Was it must be Undertale?
Ratatouille?
No, the Undertale sounds like a mousey game. What's Undertale about? Do you know?
Oh, I didn't do the review.
Oh. What's Undertale about?
It's like an RPG, but it's marketed as the game where you don't have to kill anyone.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, spoilers, it's a good game.
It's a good game. Oh, cool.
Spoilers.
It's a really good game.
Don't tell them yet. You're
Spoilers,
supposed to
the
plug.
review
You're
is
supposed to
good.
come and watch the review, and I'll tell you just how good or bad it might be.
Massive cult following with that game as well.
Yeah, I've heard that.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap in 5. So is there anything spectacular you want to do or that you would recommend to do on this game before we...
Were we able to find
No.
that thing?
The special thing was you could be a
The
dinosaur.
thing that...
Hold on.
Oh, let's go.
We'll be a
Let's see if we can
dinosaur.
get there in 5 minutes. Speed run it.
I tried to find it in
the
the
dinosaurs
No, you don't die.
Oh, okay.
You go back to like a spawn. Or you go down the
Look at this.
forest.
Look at it.
Oh, the
It's
deep.
Deep
the deep
woods.
woods.
I like it. So we will look at setting up a what's the closest day to Halloween that we will be streaming?
When is Halloween?
on the
31st
Wednesday.
is
Oh,
the
so
same
it'll
time
be-
every year. It's the 31st
It's on a
of
Wednesday.
October.
It's on a Wednesday.
It's on
So
Wednesday.
either Tuesday
Okay, so
then,
we do
or
Tuesday
Thursday.
night. Tuesday.
Either or.
Tuesday or
Well, I reckon
Thursday.
Tuesday. What do you reckon?
Porque no las
Dead by
dos.
Daylight? Dead by Daylight? Yeah?
If anyone,
Yeah,
does anyone own
Everybody's
the
like-
game?
everybody's like,
No.
Do we have the game?
decisions from
I'm
me.
sorry.
Alright, I'm making a decision. Dead by Daylight. The Tuesday. Huh?
Yeah.
We,
Yeah. Yeah. Or we could just chase you around the studio with a knife. Oh. You're
Yeah,
creepy.
true.
enough.
He's the one who's called Jason.
Yeah, cool. So we will do a cool Halloween stream. I reckon that'll be awesome. We'll sort out some costumes.
The
Two.
tutus.
Costumes, goddamn.
So come on, let's
Not
get
much.
to the
Trying to
dino.
find a dinosaur.
Where's the dinosaur?
Trying to find him.
Come on.
He's definitely not down here. He's in the other world.
No,
I
he's here.
think you're in the completely different kingdom.
There's also you can play as a dinosaur. There's a sleeping one in the first level, so we can go do that.
Yeah, so I was trying.
That's what
I was
she was trying to
find
do.
the
To,
Quick,
sleeping
let's
one.
Yeah.
go back. Let's
Alright, let's go back.
Back.
I know Undertale is the game where... I know what Undertale is. Where is the games that I haven't heard about? Where is the good?
the good.
where is the
And the
good
truth.
good?
Okay, what's a game that somebody might not have heard about? Let's do it down the line. Oh, we've already talked about Dead Cells. Talked about Dead Cells
A
to
game
death,
that people
man.
haven't heard about. I don't know.
Okay.
Off the top of my
Len.
head.
Next.
I talked about it last stream, but I'll bring it up again. Stone. Anyone heard of Stone?
I think I remember you telling me about
So
that game.
you basically wake up as a koala
Right.
and your partner's been stolen.
Have you got an interesting koala fact?
Oh shit, they carry chlamydia.
Oh, right.
Oh, jeez, that wasn't fun.
Like that fun.
Okay, back to koala.
That wasn't fun. Back to koala. Anyway, you wake up as a koala and you're stoned effectively. Your wife's been taken or your partner's been taken. It's kind of like the hangover.
Right.
So you have to walk around, retrace your steps from the night before, talk to people,
Cool.
try
Yeah,
and find
sounds
and you
hectic.
can like smoke joints and you can play the drums and
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to smoke joints.
Be a
and
stoned
play the
koala.
as a
drums.
koala.
Koala. But I'm on a visa, so I can't do it legally. Can't do it. I might get arrested.
So Stone's on Steam. I think it's $15. All Australian music tracks are supposed to be really good as well.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Oh, really?
yeah, if you want to get around as a stoned koala, then that's the game for you.
Cool.
Nice. That reminds me of another game. I don't know if it's released fully yet, but there's a game called Ape Out. And you play as an ape and you escape from the zoo and you just kill everyone.
That's cool.
You
Oh
kill
my god, we
There
found
he is.
it.
Get
We
him.
found it.
Get him.
Throw
Oh
your
my
hand
god.
at him.
What? No, but this is what weirds me out about this. Why does that dinosaur look so real and all the other dinosaurs look like Bowser?
But he's wearing a top hat, so therefore.
Oh, he's.
That's-
Oh, right. So you can't get on him because
Oh,
he's already
he's
got
gonna
a
lose.
hat.
Hat,
No,
so you
it's got a
knock
hat.
the hat off and then you get.
Sorry, I got this. What's
Do
this?
you?
Clutch.
Oh.
Yeah.
And now we're a dinosaur. All right, so
And back.
Kami has also said heard of Ape Out. So you
nice.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a game.
Well, have you
So
heard
what
of
about-
Stone? Haven't heard of Stone? Look up Stone.
Stone. And anything else down the line? Have you got a game that
Anything
David's
from
heard?
Playside.
There you go. Plug.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. You've done
Shameless
this before.
plugs. Shameless
What about
plugs.
you? Any games nobody's heard of?
Nobody's
Can
heard
we
of.
just give the camera a wink with the dinosaur? Hey, hey.
Hey. Oh my
Hey.
God.
How you doing? Hey, it's me, Mario.
It's me, Mario.
I'm a dinosaur. I'm going to eat your fucking face.
He's so
Mustache is good as.
No, we just need another band.
Another band.
Yeah.
Another band. Ban me.
Band.
Off the top of my head, new release. Something I hasn't heard from before. There's always a whole bunch of games on my radar, but
Just one.
just one.
Just one. Come on, chop, chop.
Just the
one.
one.
Just the one.
Or he said Metroid.
Oh god.
Do you know what we need? We need one of those countdown clocks.
You okay?
No?
Yeah.
Is that a British thing?
Have you read that? Has that come up
Any
before
British
or
people out
not?
there? Help me out here.
Nah.
What did it say?
So, come on, what we got?
Never mind. Never
Oh,
mind.
really?
I'm a bit of a commercial gamer though. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
I don't.
like you're very.
I don't really keep an eye on them.
But it is. I
Jason,
know what it
It's always
says.
something
what have
dirty,
you got your
isn't
eye
there?
on at the moment?
Oh god.
What about
Okay.
the Bayside Boys? What have you got your eyes on at the moment? Games out there, apart from the ones you're.
I actually have been playing Dead Cells. So
Have you?
It's very
It's ace.
Because I get on like the Switch on the train.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good at the moment actually. Okay, cool.
Hollow
So
Knight
Dead.
2.
Huh?
Hollow Knight 2.
I bought Hollow Knight by the way. And I
Aw.
got to- I got
After
to
all
the
the
same
shit
bit that we-
talking.
the same bit that we died on.
Ah, yeah.
And I just like, fuck this.
You went to the same thing.
Fuck
Oh.
this. I killed the big thing and it made me sad. And I was like, oh. And then I went down to that bit where you're supposed to save up all your white juice.
Yeah.
And then I used it all getting down there. So then I
Screwed yourself
and
over,
then I
yeah.
died. And I was like, fuck this. I can't be bothered. I'll go and play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for Playside for coming in.
Thanks,
The
Jay.
Playside
for having
crew
me.
and all the Playside guys behind the camera. Thanks to the usual crew, everybody here.
No
And
problems.
thank you, this one. Thank you to all of our viewers as well for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Don't forget to hit that follow button and tune in next Tuesday
Tuesday.
for our next show. And
Next
I'm sure
Tuesday.
we'll have
Tuesday.
Playside back when they've got, maybe when you've got a launch, come in
Oh
and
yes.
show some
I
shit
need
off
a
for us.
plug.
Can we
I'll
stream,
try.
Plug, plug.
can we stream mobile devices? I'm sure you can. I've seen people do it. We'll figure that shit out and maybe
We'll be able to do that.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Awesome.
Get some Playside games on next
Oh,
time.
that'd be good. Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Good night.
Take it easy.